This show is brought to you by ScoreBig. Next time you go see any game or show, go to ScoreBig first and see how much you can save. The easiest way to save on tickets? Download the new ScoreBig app on your iPhone. Enter promo code Joey at checkout, and you'll save an extra $20 off of your first ticket purchase. You don't have an iPhone? That's fine. Just go to ScoreBig.com and use promo code Joey. That's ScoreBig.com, promo code Joey. The show is also brought to you by Headspace.com. Go to Headspace.com and download their free Headspace app and begin the Take 10 program for 10 days of guided meditation right now. That's Headspace.com/Joey and download their free Headspace app and begin the Take 10 program right now. The show is also brought to you by Onnit.com. Go to Onnit.com and use promo code CHURCH to save 10% on all of their great optimization products like Alpha Brain, New Mood, and Strongbone.
Kick that mule, Lee. That's as loud as it goes. Kick it. Kick this motherfucker, Lee. I don't care if the earphones blow. I don't give a fuck if your ear sockets. Right on. Right on doing it. Are you fucking kidding me? A 400-pound black man singing like that. Didn't give a fuck, Jack. Showed up with a tuxedo. A bucket of chicken, and you're getting your fucking little monkey polished and shit. And then he sings to you. Who does that type of shit? April 20th, you bad motherfuckers. You're listening to the Church of What's Happening Now. Lee Syatt, Louis Gomez from Patterson, New Jersey. Becky's in the house. And your Uncle Joey, cocksuckers. I want to do. Oh shit. What's the story there, dog? Look at you, you all smiling. You got your Suge Knight shirt on.
Suge Knight shirt. I got tacos that might not have been lizard. We're hoping.
You did well. Now, where is this place at?
This place is on Burbank. Because you keep telling me that the place I went to had lizards. Burbank, right up here in Lancashire. Burbank and Lancashire. Because you kept telling me, and I'm gullible already.
That place?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Now, what does this place have? This place has skin. This place has bugs.
Not the one with the potato tacos. Like, that would be too hard for you.
No, but everything else at the potato taco place isn't good.
You look at 19 potato tacos. Why are you killing yourself bouncing everywhere? I've never seen something like this in my life.
Because I didn't want a potato taco.
Until I met my Puerto Rican Italian brother, Louis Gomez. Listen, dog. How the fuck do you live in the East Coast and you go to Taco Bell? What business do you even have in Taco Bell at this age?
I'm telling you, it's because I am a pothead. And
you can't go to Taco Bell, bro.
There's not very many good tacos in New York.
What about a slice of pizza? I don't even give a fuck who makes it, a black dude. Anything's got to be better.
Yeah.
You even told me yourself you worked at Taco Bell. Why would you go back there and get that meat?
Sometimes you make mistakes, bro.
No, there's no mistakes like that. Listen.
It's not like an everyday thing. It's like once a year I fuck up, and then I'm like, dude, you know what? I'm going to get a fucking Crunchwrap Supreme.
No, I fuck up.
Or Chalupa.
I fuck up. But you worked there. You saw behind the curtain.
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand. You saw behind the curtain, Louis Gomez. I'm not talking to some fucking kid from, some fucking bumfuck. You're a Jersey guy.
Yeah.
How the fuck? You saw behind the curtain. You went in there and you could tell when you put the meat in the water. That could be a finger. That could be somebody's missing fucking ant, a dog.
Yeah,
you don't know what the fuck you're eating. And listen, I like Taco Bell too. I threaten myself to go to Taco Bell.
That's how you punish yourself.
But I won't go.
Yeah.
I won't go. And listen, nobody likes those sour cream things in there, that burrito supreme. Well, after you got 2 or 3 joints in you, that shit's the Mac Daddy bomb.
It's the chalupa.
What's the chalupa?
They take the gordita shell, then they fucking fry it. They deep fry it, and it's like that crunchy chalupa. You just can't get that. Even if you go to a real taco place in New York, there's a place in East Harlem on 116th and 3rd that has banging tacos. It's like some of the best tacos in New York City. And the Stand Comedy Club, they have the best fish taco I've ever had in my entire life, period. Fuck everything you heard in California. Go to the Stand Comedy Club in Gramercy. The best fish taco I've ever had in my entire life.
They got great food, period.
Unbelievable.
They got great fucking food. Did you go in there?
No, I've never been there. That's all I've heard.
The fucking food there, and they put it down your throat.
Yeah.
Like as soon as you walk in, they hand you a menu. And they're like, you got to eat something. You got to eat something. And even if you ate, you got to eat. And last time I went, I don't know what the fuck it was. It was George. It was me and my brother George went, and we just ate something like. They just brought us like sandwiches. I'm not a big sandwich guy when I'm in New York. I know what sandwich I want. It was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Like most places, most comedy clubs have like chicken fingers.
Yeah,
burgers.
they got shitty fucking menus, not the stand. Though.
Well, that was their thing. That was their angle.
That was their angle.
Yeah, they were like, we're gonna have good fucking food, good drinks, the environment. You're gonna feel like you want to bring a hot
Sushi,
chick, get dressed
you know,
up.
like I had. Oh, that's what I had. The ahi tuna sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they don't fuck around with spinach on it and fucking like aioli sauce. Like it was, everything there is banging. You're right. No, when I go to, listen, I fuck around when I come here. And even here, like I was sitting there yesterday and Lee was there. Lee came by and I was sitting in the front and all of a sudden a Domino's pizza or something like that came by. And my daughter looked at me and I looked at her. And sometimes I find weaknesses and I'll buy one of those pizzas. I won't do it, man.
Yeah.
I'm from a place where pizza was invented. I can't fold like
But on
that.
the road, here's the thing, man. On the road,
I've had great pizza on the road, not here. I've had
not-
great pizza on the road.
If I'm on the road, I went to Montreal and I ordered Domino's because the pizza in fucking Canada just blows across the board.
Yeah, why would you think that you're gonna get good pizza in Canada?
Because
The entire country of Canada, you can't
Well,
get.
here's the problem.
I don't think
where
you
the
can.
Bonanos used to get heroin from, they were fucking Italian. I forget what their name was, and if you look at, they got a family. In fact, Eddie Bravo had a school. They had a school. When Eddie told me their name, and I go, Eddie, that's a mafia family. There's an Italian family that sold, they imported the heroin. When the heroin comes over, it goes to Canada first, then it comes into the United States. Follow those guineas. There's got to be a pizza. I went to Toronto, and I know that the Chinese food was banging. I had some burgers that were banging. I had great food in fucking Toronto. I had Cuban food in Toronto. Toronto's got a big Cuban population.
Well, Toronto's like the New York
Yeah,
of
the
Canada.
New York of
there's
Canada.
there's some good restaurants there, but anywhere else, it's going to be hard to find really good food. If you want to, you get a smoked meat sandwich or poutine. They have those specialty shits in Montreal. But I had Chinese food in Montreal. It was fucking awful.
Yeah, well, listen,
Awful. I ordered, what do they call it? Cold sesame noodles. They put peanut butter on
you
spaghetti.
should be shot and hung. You should be shot and hung. You couldn't order pork fried rice and take it from there. You know what I'm saying? You had to go right for the guts, though. Sesame and noodles, which they're gonna fuck up anyway.
Yeah.
Because nobody makes Chinese food like where you were raised.
Yeah.
Even in Patterson, there's a great little Chinese place on the corner
Yeah.
that's fucking delicious, and they have what you're used to that flavor. See, when I go to Buffalo, there'll be good Chinese food. The Chinese rice and it's dark as Jersey, but they still flavor it up. They got nice ribs. They got a nice hot and sour soup. You know, you got a nice beef on wick. I'm looking forward to a couple salads to balance you out, a few wings, some blue cheese to get the farts going on the way back on the plane, and at the airport in Buffalo on the way out, you get a beef on wick sandwich Sunday morning at 6:30 in the fucking morning.
They are not making beef on wick at
Yes,
6:30
they
in
are.
the morning.
Yes, they are. They're making tomorrow. I fly out of gate 42. If you don't think I'm thinking about that hamburger with the fucking egg on top of it, you're fucking out of your mind. My wife went and got me a roll. I'm gonna make a nice egg, cheese fucking omelet. I'm gonna put it on a sesame seed fucking thing. I'm gonna make a little fruit smoothie with almond milk. I'm gonna take my blood pressure medication. I'm gonna smoke like 30 fucking numbers, and I'm eating like 3 of these stars, and I'm getting on that fucking plane with the iPod. It's over.
Yeah, something changed with airports. They started having good food very recently, I almost feel like.
Yes.
It used to be all just like Cinnabon and horse shit.
Fucking horrid.
Yeah.
Fucking horrid. It's a horror show.
Now there's like pretty good like little fucking places, like nice restaurant. You get a steak,
Chicago,
like a
you
good
get
burger.
a banging motherfucking Italian meal
Yeah.
in Chicago. You get in Long Island, you get a fucking steak like a doctor. You go to fucking Kennedy Airport, you're delayed. No problem.
Do you ever bring it on the plane?
No.
No?
There's no need to. There's no need to stink up the fucking plane like a savage and shit like that. There's no need to. Why are you gonna bring your funk? Everything smells different on the plane. McDonald's smells delicious when it's out in the open. Bring it on the plane. It smells like somebody's fucking rooted asshole, like they tore it out and it's just hanging there with all the old shit dripping. That's what McDonald's smells like on a fucking plane. So next time you're gonna bring your fucking egg McMuffin, I hope you get cancer. Don't bring it on a fucking plane, okay? Eat it fast, like I do. Inhale that fucking thing, so nobody even sees you. How big is an egg McMuffin? It's 3 bites.
Yeah.
It's 3 bites if you're a fucking savage.
That's how I eat McDonald's anyway. I'm always like embarrassed that I'm eating it, so I'll go in the corner, like face away from
Yeah,
everybody on the wall.
no, it's like in 20 years they're gonna throw rocks at you. Like when you eat at McDonald's, people are gonna throw rocks at you like you were a whore. Like 2,000 years ago, they rocked you. Same thing when you eat McDonald's. I hope so. I hope so. I hope so.
But they do it all the time. People always bring like sandwiches. Like I know hummus, but like what's the worst thing you've ever seen on a plane?
I've seen hummus. A man's foot. That's the worst thing I've ever seen on a plane. Those fucking animals with slippers. I hope the plane does go down, so they gotta run 1,000 miles on a bed of gasoline, and they'll wear sneakers and work boots like I fucking fly. Okay, you always get your toes covered in case there's a fire or something. They fly with flip flops to be fucking cool. No, dog, I don't bring nothing on a fucking plane. I bring reefer. That's it. A fucking vapor pen, and I sit there with the iPod and I look straight ahead. I don't talk to nobody.
But don't you get anxiety? Well, you're in first class a lot.
What fucking anxiety? How do you get anxiety?
Because like in the walk back, the one time I did it on the way to Austin, I had to walk all the way to the back of the end of the plane. It took forever for like the food to. I didn't like it. It was like too much almost. It's not. You never get that way for you?
What?
Like weed on a plane. Like there's something about the altitude
I
or
like
Jesus.
getting stoned on a plane. It makes that flight a lot easier.
Yeah.
Man. Anything after 3 hours, you're in hell.
I'll take an Amtrak if it's under 6 hours. I'd rather Amtrak.
That's
than
not
an
bad.
airplane.
If you live on the fucking East Coast, you could Amtrak all the way to Fort Lauderdale.
The Amtrak is great, but it's more expensive than plane tickets now in some
Sometimes.
places.
Yeah.
Well,
sometimes.
here's the deal with Amtrak. If you call Amtrak, yeah, it's a cheap thing. And you get there and they put you in the back with a bunch of animals and people smell and shit. But if you want to go to the cart, then that costs you $12. That's how they bang. Oh, you want a pillow? Oh, you didn't tell us you wanted a pillow. That's $8.
Yeah.
They bang you throughout, but then you give them a flat fee, and everything comes inclusive. You have no drama.
You get free Wi-Fi. You get to walk
Yeah.
around. The bathrooms are
Yeah,
big.
It's not
Boston
bad.
to New York is great.
It's tremendous.
If you're trying to jerk off in an airplane bathroom, it's a fucking nightmare.
Why would you jerk off in an airplane bathroom?
Because you fucking got a long flight. I jerk off in almost every flight I'm ever
No,
on.
you put the blanket on and you just move different strokes. You know what I'm saying? You don't grip it. You just hold on to it with your fingers. That's a complete different move right there.
How do you do it on the plane? I've always been
That's
like,
disgusting. That is really fucking disgusting.
What, jerking off in the airplane bathroom?
Fuck yeah.
Dude, I am a firm believer in just getting that out. You just got to get it out of your body.
yeah, but do it before the plane.
Yeah, but what if you're on
What
a long
makes
flight?
you want to be on the fucking plane and jerk? Why would a human being? What if there's cameras behind those mirrors?
There's not. That's illegal. They can't do that.
This is the FBI. They do what they want.
They're not. Okay, so they're going to blow their entire cover to be like, oh, we caught you jerking off.
Why do you think that fucking big mirror's back? No, they're watching you somewhere. In the
That's
FBI
okay. That kind of
office.
turns me on even more.
They're watching you somewhere in D.C. giggling, and they put it in your file.
That's okay.
Okay? And
If
next time
that's
you
the
get
only
pulled
thing
over,
they got on my file, I'm completely
and
okay
next
with
time
it.
that gets pulled over, there's a dot where the feds could press, and there you are jerking off in a fucking plane bathroom. And they probably got you on 15 different flights whacking off.
Yeah.
So they got you in like a category 6. Like once they pull you over, they're just gonna shoot you. Because this guy was mentally disturbed. He fucking whacked off on planes. We got complaints. That's not one complaint.
This is what's happened with all these police shootings. We don't know about it, but these guys were jerking off in airplane bathrooms.
All of them. And
yeah.
they just shoot you. Just shoot him.
Yeah.
This guy's a plain jerker offer.
Do you like watch videos on your phone, or you just do it straight from memory?
Well, no, because they block on the Wi-Fi on the plane. You can't look at any porn or anything. They block all of those sites. So you have to download pictures or video beforehand, then bring it in the. I go on my whole computer
It's
sometimes.
like text you.
I do that for hotels because I'm always worried about the Wi-Fi at hotels. I'll pre-download it, just because otherwise I can't do it from memory. There's no way.
Yeah, but that sucks. I can't usually because look, you're in a pinch on a plane. You can't stream. Typically, hotel Wi-Fi at this point is 2016. I mean, you're getting good Wi-Fi in almost any hotel. I have Metro PCS. People make fun of me because it's like fucking basically prepaid shit. But I get unlimited data and I get a Wi-Fi hotspot, so I can sit in a fucking park and just stream videos nonstop. And people make fun of me. I pay $50 a month, and these motherfuckers are spending $120 a month in data.
To stream porn in the park.
I'm not streaming porn in the park, but if I wanted to, I could.
That's not a bad idea. I don't know. Can you do it from memory or no?
Yeah, I can. You know, I go through different things. I'll go through different like motions. Like sometimes I've just gone over porn, and then I'm like, all right, dude, I'll just go off of memory. Now I have a file on my computer. I can show you guys of like 60 different girls that I've slept with. That just normal pictures of them. It's almost like just so then I can go back to my memories of those chicks.
What's wrong, Joey?
I
You
got none of this.
don't do that on the road?
What's that?
You never do that?
I jerked off in here the other day. You know what I'm saying?
Where?
Right here in my chair. I came right here, I rubbed it in with my foot, and everyone got on the left. That's it. Somewhere there's a kid growing in that carpet right now, like a fucking bubble guppy. Not a bubble guppy. Those things when you were kids that you fucking put in water and they grew. Sea fish, whatever the fuck they were.
Sea monkeys.
Like a bubble guppy. That's you having a 3-year-old kid right there.
Louis Gomez, it's time for you to do a start.
I can't do it. You're
You
killing
gotta
me.
eat half of it. Half of it.
You're killing me.
Half.
I
That's
can't
it.
do it.
You have to half. And you don't listen to me. You don't want these fucking people saying, Louis Gomez, you went to church, you didn't even partake. I mean, it's bad enough you go to Taco Bell. It's bad enough you jerk off on planes. It's bad enough you went to Taco Bell after you worked there and you saw behind the curtain. And then it's bad enough you didn't eat a fucking star.
I remember one time I was working at KFC when I was 16, and I went for a jerk session. Oops.
That's for Lee. Don't touch it.
It's in the bubble guppy.
It fell
in the bubble guppy.
That's all right. Lee likes bubble guppy juice.
You could have a half baby, half weed star growing out of your carpet.
That's what he needs. Lee likes all that shit. We're going 800 milligrams.
I was
take a little bite of the wing.
I'm gonna
Just
take.
the wing.
Here's
Just
what I'm
the
gonna do.
wing.
I'm gonna fucking take a little tiny piece.
That's it.
So now I feel like I did
That's
something.
it. You did something.
There we
That'll
go.
take you to where you need to go. We'll leave that
Oh, it
right
really
there.
does taste like fucking weed. Jesus
It's
Christ.
delicious. And it's got vitamin C.
I'm gonna be putting a fucking needle in my dick by the end of the night.
No, you won't.
This is. I was working at KFC when I was 16, and I wanted to have a jerk sesh. I just wanted to I got a crazy libido. Like my mom rented fucking Clockwork Orange when I was like 7, and I remember watching like multiple gang rape scenes when I was a kid, and I think it like fucked me up sexually because like I've always had a very, very high libido. I was masturbating when I was like 8 or 9, like really fucked up. But I was working KFC, the drive-through, like prime time, like 7 o'clock, like as busy as it could possibly be in West Haverstraw, New York. And I was like, dude, I'm getting horny, dude, like because my dick was rubbing against the nut, like I had polyester fucking shitty KFC uniform pants. And I was like, I got to get it out of me. So I went in the bathroom, and I just lost track of time. I got into my head, and you had to use, it was memories back then. You didn't have internet or anything. I'm 34 years old right now, so this is, fucking nearly 20 years ago. And I jerked off. I probably spent 20 minutes just jerking off in there, like fucking edging, like making myself almost come and then stopping myself. Dude, I opened up the bathroom door. My manager in my KFC was this big meathead Marine guy. Dude, he was like, what the fuck were you doing? I was like, oh, taking a shit. He punched me square in the face. Just punched me. He didn't even know I was jerking off. He punched me for taking a shit for 20 minutes. So I'm telling you, I have issues. So a 6-hour plane ride? No. Dunno. Guaranteed. One of the biggest points of contention in my relationship, why one of my son's mother never got over it, we went to the hospital to have my son. She said, oh no. We went to the hospital, and before I knew we were going to be there for like 40 hours. You know what I'm saying? We had it, she wasn't in labor. She didn't, like her water didn't break. We had it induced, right? So as soon as we got there, I was like, all right, let me go fucking rub one out really quick because I don't want to get horny in the middle of all of this and have to fucking be concentrating on a fucking boner. So I ended up telling the story on a podcast, and she was fucking livid. She never got over it. And she could never understand how I could possibly go to the hospital with her to go have our son and jerk off.
Me neither.
Well, some people get it.
I'm fucking baffled here that you even thought about, because that pussy's beat up.
I wasn't thinking about her.
It looks like somebody threw a grenade in there and you got, it's fucking amazing. I had a friend once that we went on a vacation. This had to be 30 fucking years ago. We went on a vacation and this motherfucker came into my room later on with like a folder, like when attorneys, you see with a manila folder. And we were just talking. I went into his room. That's what it was. I went into his room to smoke or something. We were probably 22, 21. We went to Hawaii, 3 of us. And I went into this moron's room. And this guy had a folder. Like, guys, a fucking folder. Like, it was just... And I asked him, what's in there? You brought work with you? And he goes, no, that's my porn. And I go, what is it? And he would take certain pictures out of Playboy. Instead of bringing the whole Playboy, he would just take the sections out and staple them. That's when you're a professional fucking pervert. I don't know what happened to that guy, but I know for a fact he's got to be in jail for fucking something, or he doesn't sleep at night. Who staples?
I had one page out of a magazine.
So did I when I was a kid, and it was under my carpet.
Yeah,
I couldn't even see a pussy no more. It had been rained on, and the shower leaked on it. It was a fucking mess, and that's it. I moved on with my life. Not only that, and I don't even know what the fuck he brought porn with him on that trip to Hawaii. Like, he was pissed we couldn't get a VCR or something like that. Like, I just, I knew this guy for like a year. They all had these trips. Let's go to fucking Hawaii. I was so fucking embarrassed. I could never imagine traveling with your fucking stash.
I mean, this is a long time. I get it. I completely get it. I mean, look, what are you gonna do? You're on a fucking beach. There's no porn. He doesn't know if you could buy a porno magazine at a fucking
Louis Gomez, do you know I'm nuts?
TP.
I'm fucking nuts.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
am fucking nuts. And when I was 21 and doing drugs, and I was even crazier. I would go up to women and say shit. I had a friend growing up, Stinky. This guy was a good-looking dude. He was Italian American Indian. So every time he got hammered, he went off character. He was a gentleman in the daytime. But he would go up to Becky after 4 drinks. Becky was known for 4 years. He'd go up to Becky and go, "Who's next, Becky? Let me give that monkey a shot." And he was so good looking that it worked 60% of the time. You had 3 drinks in you. What the fuck? You know, so I learned from him. I would say, fuck all that nice guy shit. When you go to these clubs, you got to just tell these savages, listen, I got a gram of fucking blow. I got 3 Quaaludes. You're here talking to this jerk off about fucking insurance. Let's go up to the room. Let's eat your pussy. Let's put a Quaalude in that motherfucker and put you to work. And I just turn my back and walk away. And 6 out of 10, they walk back to the room with me. And 4 times, they just sit there like, what the fuck did you just say to me? But I didn't give a fuck.
Doesn't matter. It's about
Doesn't
sales.
really matter. It's about
sales.
going up to them and going, listen, it's 2 o'clock. You're talking to this jerk off. Look at him. Look at him. What's he going to do to you? I got a name. And you just show her the rock. You give her a taste, then just show it.
I try, like, I obviously not saying I had coke, but I imagined, okay, you gotta be mean, you can't be nice, and after like 2 sentences, it just doesn't work.
Not mean, but affirmative.
Confident.
In those days, the cocaine, and look at me, I'm a fucking bum. I didn't give a fuck. When I would do that Coconut Grove improv, I would say things to women down there, because everybody's snorting and fucking in Miami. Everybody goes to Coconut Grove to snort and fuck. Nobody goes there to see Disney characters. In 99, people went to fucking Coconut Grove to party. And that's the way it was since the early 80s. Coconut Grove. Now it's changed, and they have a couple clubs and the karaoke place.
So did you, like, if you just saw a girl in a bar, right? Would you just open up with the coke line, assuming she did coke?
No! Let's say we're talking, she ends up in the circle, she's a good-looking girl, whatever. 3, 4 at the Comedy Store, you gotta ask them.
That was the scariest. I would never do it in a group. The only time I ever did it is if, like, they left the group.
If they left the group, then you gotta say, and if they're doing your blow, it's even easier. You just tell them, what's the story?
Well, then they owe you.
Yeah, what do you want to do? You want to sit here? Let's go back to the hotel. I got fucking 2 8 balls. You got no work tomorrow. Well, what about my car? Leave the fucking car there. It's over. And that's it.
And 6 out of 10 times.
I'll tie you up. Just tell them what you got planned. I'll stick a finger up your ass. I'll tie you up. And they'll just look at you, dog, like, what the fuck did you just say? What do you give a fuck?
Yeah. I learned that a long time ago with
Tomorrow
chicks.
morning, you're going to wake up, and it's not going to really matter. Nobody's going to matter. Everybody's fucked up. Everybody goes out for a certain reason. Nobody goes out to go home alone.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Then why are guys so scared when they're young? Or maybe I'm
Everybody's
the odd
scared.
one out.
Everybody's fucking scared when they're young because we buy into TV shows. We buy into Grease that you got to sing. You know what I'm saying? You got to sing to a bitch and shit. It's the same thing. Listen, dog. I was friends with this girl that was the most aggressive woman I had ever seen in my life. I never saw nothing like that. I never slept with her or nothing, but I hung out with her, and she was very aggressive towards guys. I mean, to the point where she would make guys melt. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, she would just knock them off their game. She would say what I was saying to women to guys, and guys can't handle that.
That fucks me up. If a girl's too sexual, dude,
guys can't handle that. She would go off on guys.
If a girl, like, I hate condoms, but if a girl is aggressively being like, "Oh, take your condom off," that just fucks me up. I'm like, I can't even. I need to be the creep. I need to be the
right.
I need to be the one who's hunting. If I'm the one who's being hunted, it just kind of fucks my game up. But it's all. He's right, dude. It's all numbers. Like, if you literally just go up to a girl in a bar, 100 girls, and go, "Hey, let me just fuck you in the bathroom right now." There's a ratio. It's predetermined by the universe. If you ask every woman in the world, there's a number. 1 out of however many women are going to say yes. And if you understand that, then that's where all your confidence comes from. It's in sales. They say every no gets you closer to a yes. That's the theory right there. You go, all right, say no, bitch. The next one might say yes.
I once pulled a girl out of her house with her boyfriend.
Set the stage. And
took her to the hotel down to the corner. I went to school with her. Her name was Lori Jack. All right, they called her Lori Jack because she was from Wayne, New Jersey, and transferred to
where most of my family's from.
Okay, and she transferred to North Bergen her sophomore year and started fucking. But she had a dry pussy, so they called her Fairview the dry hump. I mean, these guys are torture. Fairview is a city above North Bergen, so she didn't come, or her pussy didn't get wet, so they called the Fairview the dry hump.
That's such a weird thing to make make fun of someone about.
These motherfuckers are crazy, okay? I didn't like her. I never really dug her. She always creeped me out a little bit, but at the end of the day, the bitch's face was fucked up. Like, no, she's still pretty on Facebook. She's on Facebook. In fact, I shocked her about 3 months ago, right? So she, but the body was on fire at that age. And I hadn't seen her from high school. And one night I go to Corky's and I'm fucked up. I got a fucking half ounce of coke in my pocket. I've been up for 2 days. And who walks in but this chick with a fucking miniskirt on? And then she starts talking to me, like from high school. I knew her boyfriend in high school. She starts talking to me. I give her a few bumps, and the bitch disappears. And I go, this dirty bitch. She was looking like she hypnotized me with that little miniskirt on. So she told me where she lived. She lived with this guy named Lou Donato. When I was a kid, Lou Donato thought he was a big shot, and he opened up a massage parlor. And he wanted to hire me, Danny Bianculo, Jimmy Valente, like a bunch of us to be bodyguards at the thing. And he wouldn't pay us cash. He wanted us for the chicks to blow us. And I had never gotten a blowjob at that time. So I went in there. I was like one of the door guys there. One night, one of the girls like, so when do you want your blowjob? I want you to come in my hair. Listen to me. I ran home and almost cried. Come in your hair? What are you talking? I'm not going to waste my cum in your hair. Who comes in the hair? I had never heard that before. I ran the fuck out of there. But anyway, Lou Donato was a pervert. He said he had a connection with the Yankees. I was there snorting coke one night, 2 nights. I liked Lou. He was kind of crazy. He was one of those Italians that just talked. So she tells me she's at Louis Donato. Says 3 o'clock comes, guys. I'm fucking horned up. I got maybe $40 in my pocket, but I got a half ounce of the best coke in the fucking world and a couple of joints and a pocket full of pills. I got nowhere to go. I say, fuck it. I'm going to knock on Louis Donato's door. Do you know I knocked on Louis Donato's door? This motherfucker answered it with a robe like a playboy. And he goes, what can I do for you? He goes, dog, can I talk to the lawyer for a second? Something went down at the fucking bar tonight. I got to ask her some questions. And she came down with a robe on. I'm like, you got to come with me. I want to fuck you. I just broke it down in a minute. She's like, I can't, Lou. I don't give a fuck about Lou. Let's go. And Lou went downstairs and let us talk. So I go, get your purse. Let's go. And we just fucking tore ass out of there. And we went to the Tip Top Hotel on Tunley Avenue. And we walk in. We had a fucking few cocktails and shit. So I'm like, so what's the story? You gonna take those panties off? And I never forget, she goes, you gotta guess what color they are. And I go, red. And she goes, they're orange. Close enough. And that was all I remember. Like, we just started snorting blow and fucking and sucking. That's all I remember. Now, this is Friday night from 4 to maybe 7 in the morning. And the next thing I know, I wake up and Doug Flutie is throwing that fucking bomb. They're replaying it. He had just thrown the bomb and they were about to interview him. And I remember waking up, she was still naked, laid there. I washed my cock, brushed my teeth, whatever the fuck I had, and I just left her there. And I never saw her again until 3 months ago on Facebook, and she friended me. And I said to her, do you remember what happened the last time I saw you? And she's like, what? I go, you remember? You don't remember? I robbed Louis Donato because Louis Donato left his deposit bag on top of the refrigerator. So I took that to go on the way out, too. You know me, dog, I was fucking nuts, dog, nuts.
You stole his chick and then took the money on the way out?
Took the money on the way out to pay for the hotel room. Unbelievable, guys. I should be ashamed of
How old were you? Were you in high school?
No, I was...
way too old to be doing that.
21.
Oh, that's not bad.
I just turned 21.
We used to do that all the time. We used to bring chicks over to the apartment, me and Dave Smith. And then when they go to the bathroom, we'd go through their purse and just fucking take money out of their purse like scumbags. Just pieces of garbage. I used to do magic tricks when I was like a little kid, like 14, 13 years old. And we this was our game because I got pretty good sleight of hand. So we would play strip poker with chicks, like teenage girls. We just play strip poker, and I'm just fucking palming kings and aces the whole time, just getting girls naked. Like, we're just sitting there with our clothes completely on. We're fucking like, all right, dude. I mean, we were fucking just grimy assholes.
One night, I was all fucked up. I had just been in L.A. 2-3 years. It's a Monday night, and I go to the Laugh Factory, and I got a little bit of coke. I got like a half a 20 and I had cut in it. I'm like, this fucking coke is terrible. And I go to the Laugh Factory, and I'm sitting behind there, and Paul Rodriguez is on stage. and some fucking hot chick is heckling him. I mean heckling him. And he gets her thrown out. And as she walks past me, I go, this is my victim for the night. And she's out there yelling and screaming on Sunset, and I go out there, and I'm like, what's the problem? And she starts talking to me. And this bitch looks at me, she goes, is there a bar around here? It was a Monday night. She goes, is there a bar around here? I'm like, there's tons of fucking bars around here. She goes, I just need a bottle of beer or a liquor store. I go, let's go. There's one over here. I didn't even fucking know where the hell we walked like a block. We couldn't find it. All I know is this chick went in her pocket and took out a wad that would kill a fucking horse. At this time, I was living on Gavin's couch, just getting $15 spots. And I'd made a decision right there that I was mugging this chick. Like right there and there, I knew that money was mine. I had a car with no insurance, no registration. The brakes were going. We start talking. I give her a bump to soften her up. I get her in the car. I take her down.
To soften her up.
Sure, to soften her up. You got to give them something. I take her down to fucking the liquor store, like the shitty neighborhood of Hollywood. We get like a bottle of vodka. We're drinking vodka and Gatorade in the fucking car. And then she tells me her story that she lives in Seattle and she's down here for a convention. But this chick is too hot for this story. And she's too, you know what I'm saying? She's too hoary. And she's bad. The bitch is bad. And all of a sudden, she's down here for a convention, and she's engaged, and, you know, and I'm sitting there taking the bullshit. I know where this is going. By this time, I'm a professional. You can't get one by me, right? This is, I'm 36. You're not getting that. It's over. I got you. You're in my lair. It's over. I don't even want to fuck you. I just want to fucking take your money. So she's telling me that this convention took her down.
In my lair.
You're in my lair. It's over. You're taking. She came down here to go to a seminar. Her job sent her to be a seminar, to do some shit in an office, and they kept her downtown at a Japanese hotel, like a badass hotel. That's where the whole staff was. So she goes, if you take me down there, I have tequila and more alcohol. I go, why are we driving around in a car with no brakes, no insurance, no registration, drinking, when you got a fucking hotel room? So we get down to the hotel room. Now, the whole time, it's 11:30, and my coke dealer closes at 1. So if I'm gonna mug this bitch, I gotta get to it. I gotta step this up. We have drinks, we toast, you know. She's like, fuck it, you know, this is on the company, you know. And all of a sudden she starts telling me how she stripped for 4 years. So I knew finally the clouds part to show you the color of the sky, you know what I'm saying? So I'm sucking all this in. And I'm looking at that pocket, and it's thicker than a motherfucker. And I give her 2 more bumps, and show me your tits. Come on. All of a sudden she says, I can't, I'm engaged. And she takes her tit out. So we're on. Once they say they're engaged and they drop the tit on you, it's all good. You got a commitment. You know what I'm saying? We're working with something. I can take this to the next level. We got something. I just back off a little bit, give her air, let the tequilas to get to it, and then we'll take this to the next level. I rip out the rest of the coke. We're banging the fucking coke out of lines. Not her other tits falling out. I grab them. Can I smell them? Yeah. I'm sucking the whole fucking thing.
Tits don't have a smell.
I don't give a fuck, right? Next thing you know. I'm feeling her monkey. I fucking open her up. I can't. I'm engaged. Okay. I'm sorry. Don't worry. You know, I'm respectful. I'm a Catholic. No, don't worry. About 8 minutes later, I'm back on her like a barracuda. I got my shirt. This time I got a shoe on, off. Oh, good. I got the one shoe off.
You went for the shoe?
Because I got to take the pants off. I'm not going to eat her pussy half lit. You know what I'm saying? Like a fucking 3-year-old. I got to whip those pants off and shit. So I take the shoe off. She starts to cry again. she puts but this time she don't put the shoe back on. So I know I got my hooks in her. I know I got this dirty bitch. She's walking around with the apartment with one shoe, talking to me how she can't cheat on him. She's never cheated on him. She loves him. You know, she buried his mother, just a bunch of shit. And the more shit she's telling me, another shot of tequila too, I'm softening her up. I got her like in the 4th round now. It's a 7-round fight, right? But it's 10 after 12. I better get to it. We start swapping spit. Her pants come off. I take the other shoe off. I start fingering her. She starts getting, she's half crying. I can't. Take your hand out. Just look at it. Whatever, fine. Next thing you know, I get my fucking head between there. It smells like a gyro. But I don't give a fuck because I'm trying to get her pants off. But she left the shoe on, the left pant. So I can't get that scoop. So I had to make up a story why to take her shoes off. So I had to like say something to her and then just take the shoe off and take her pants off and eat her pussy. I didn't give a fuck. And now I'm eating her and I'm fingering her, but I'm on the floor with this octopus hand trying to get those jeans.
You can't even be passionate like this anymore. They call it rape today.
Doug, I'm fingering her, eating her pussy, her clits and lards. All the whiff is coming out. You know when everything starts coming out when you...
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, I hit the Eureka. I hit the money. I take the top out and it's a single. I'm pissed. I got to eat that monkey. I'm taking it and I'm ripping out singles. What happened to the 100 she had? Finally I hit the 100s. And I take like 2 out and I leave it on the floor and I take another one out. Boom. And that's good enough for me. I've already eaten this pussy. She's about to come. I already came just from looking at her naked. I'm done. I'm over there breathing heavy. She said, I can't believe you let me eat my pussy. Don't worry about nothing. I'm fingering her asshole. She's going back down. I put the money in my pocket. And about a minute later, I fucking get up and I go, oh my God. I didn't put quarters in the meter. I'm gonna get towed. And she goes, all right, hurry up, come back. I fucking left. That was it. That's my fucking, I didn't mug her completely.
Are you guys friends on Facebook?
No, she disappeared.
That's actually that's a pretty good guy. Just to not rob her completely. You could have taken all the money.
I just wanted to get high. And I made it on the 101 from downtown. I made it to Dante's by 1 o'clock. That's all that matters. You understand me? I beat the deadline. Sometimes you got to beat the clock, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
This is the time, but this is... Listen, man. That was half the fucking fun when you're growing up and you're doing drugs.
Yeah, the thrill, just the thrill of even doing that, like just to see if you can. We used to steal like crazy. We used to go to the mall, and it was for the money half the time, but it was like just a thrill. Of, I mean, the guy who owned Calabria Pizza would send us to the mall, and he would just give us shoe sizes, and he'd be like, all right, go pick up sneakers. He was like, I need 3 Nikes, 2 Reeboks, and he would just give us sizes. It didn't have to be a specific style, and he'd give us $20 per pair of shoes that we would steal. And I had a buddy who worked there who gave me the key that you could just take the things off at Modell's, and I'd walk in with shopping bags and just walk out with like 10 pair of sneakers in each bag. And just walk the fuck out of the mall. I used to do it with golf clubs too. He would pay us like $20 per golf club because golf club. I never played golf, but apparently they're pretty expensive.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Taco Bell, Patterson, and golf. I'd shoot myself in the fucking head. Thank God there's one bright fucking.
But I put one golf club down each leg and walk out like I had broken legs, and we would do that almost 2 or 3 times a week. We used to rob the wishing well at the Rainforest Cafe at like 2 o'clock in the morning. We'd go in. And we would just fucking, because they would keep the mall doors open at the Palisades Center Mall when I was like 17, 18 years old. And me and my buddy Toby Smith, I mean, this is how we made weed money, like, for probably 2 years. I mean, we would do this, the fucking security, they would chase us, like, fuck you, because they can't touch you. They're not allowed to grab you. In New York, I don't know how it is in Cali, but security guards can't put their hands on you. They can, like, try to detain you and call the cops, but they can't. If you're stealing shit, get the fuck out of my face. What are you going to do? You can't put your hands on me. That's it. So we used to fucking take like $100 in change every like Tuesday and Thursday night and just go to the Coinstar machine and just fucking dump a bunch of wet coins into the Coinstar machine. That was it. But it was like, it was fun. And it was like a fun, weird thrill. I don't think I paid for toothpaste until I was 30. I mean, I would literally just take toothpaste from fucking Dwayne Reed and I'd be shopping and I'd just fucking drop it in my pocket. Because it didn't make sense to me to spend $7 on toothpaste, you know? But
listen, from 78 to 2003, I robbed everything I could.
Yeah.
I just robbed sometimes for the fucking sake of it, sometimes to prove a point. I robbed everything I could.
What's the biggest thing you ever stole?
I robbed a jewelry store.
Like, stuck them up?
No weapon. Went in there, took the fucking shelves, and ran out of there.
Wow.
Before they had security. And this is on Bergen Line Avenue in Jersey, which all those jewelry stores had buzzers. I love stealing. There was something about it when I was a kid that I didn't like for the Catholicism reason. But once I did it, like in the 7th grade, I was gone.
Yeah.
I was gone with it because everybody around me was stealing. And they were talking about it, so it felt like it had been accepted.
It was almost like, I don't remember who said it. Somebody said it, but it's like, it was in a movie. The kid's father said it to him, and it was like, that's it. If you can steal, you won. You know, if you didn't get caught, Like, that's almost like your work. That's how you got paid. And I kind of like weirdly get it, even almost on like a moral level. It's like, it's your job to keep your shit. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have your eyes on, people don't steal from me because I'm very paranoid about people taking my shit. I never like leave my door open, or, you know, if I don't have a car anymore, but I would always make sure that it was locked. But if somebody like got me, I wouldn't feel like I needed to call the cops. Of like, I fucked up because I didn't keep my eyes on my shit, you know?
Well, it's really weird how when I'm walking around, that's what I'm looking for always, is security flaws. Like, it's just a natural instinct of mine that I'm always looking for security flaws. I see with my eyes a lot of other people don't see because I'm a criminal. It's something you can't shake. It's in you. You know what I'm saying? So I see people's body movement. You know people's body movement because that's the body movement you had. I know when somebody's up to no good just by their body movement. I know the movements, you know. Last night we had a weird situation, those skateboarders.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I was going to have to run one of those motherfuckers over with a car. See, I'm at an age right now, dog, where I'll run you over with the fucking car.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have time to fist fight you. I'm not a commando. I'm not a hand-to-hand combat guy. That ship sailed. I see you at night by a 7-Eleven, you torment me, I will fucking hit you with that fucking car and drag you. And then back it up and run over your fucking head, and I'll make up some fucking story. You understand me? I'm not taking those kids last night. They were scary.
Yeah,
there were 10 of them.
You
gotta hit 4 of them.
Yeah.
Gotta hit 4 of those motherfuckers with a car.
At least you gotta hit one of them hard enough so the other ones go, all right, this
motherfucker's
crazy.
not fucking around.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't know that. It's weird the things I saw at that age. At that age, we would fuck with a guy and he would light us up on Bergen Line Avenue. I remember getting lit up at like 13 by like a 17 or 18-year-old because we thought we were cute. Like punched in the fucking mouth, bleeding lit up. Like you're walking with your buddy and he got beat up, and your other buddy who was a black belt in karate, he got fucking beat up too. Everybody got beat up because the fear was just the way this guy fucking beat us up. You know, these kids don't know that. They didn't know that.
What were they doing last night?
They were just in the middle of the street at 11:30 at night with skateboards. They made a ramp by fucking 7-Eleven.
So they weren't even that bad of kids.
No,
I thought they were trying to rob you guys.
No.
You were just annoyed with them.
No. They were trying to be weird.
They weren't doing anything
They
like
weren't doing
violent.
anything.
They're being what is it like? They're being obnoxious on purpose. They were just like taking as long as they could to walk behind a car that's trying to back out.
Right.
Nothing really that aggressive, but it's just like
You could
they're
tell.
gonna laugh about it later.
You could tell. I ain't a Swami from Salami. You follow me? But you could tell that these motherfuckers don't know.
Right.
And the beauty of it was that Lee pointed out, we're a block from a cop station. 30 fucking yards that went down from a car station. Lee, 30
like,
fucking
not
yards.
even like, because you even said at the a podcast or two ago that would be a good one to rob, and I couldn't believe it because it's literally
Right next to a police station.
yeah, and
The
they were
closer it is to a police station, the better it is to rob, because
Yeah.
they can't even figure it out. Their circuit, short circuit. You just hit them right in their fucking neighborhood. Takes them 3 minutes more to fucking react to you. 3 minutes fucking more. But I loved, when I first moved to North Bergen, these kids would go to Sea Caucus and rob punks to light on fire, and they sell them door to door. Who knocks on your door? These kids did shit that, like, it was just crazy. But then we started robbing motorcycles. When I was in Colorado and I got out of the halfway house, I had a friend that used to send me stolen shit. Let me tell you how different the societies are. In Colorado and California, right now, dog, I'll give you a truck. Right now, put it right out here right now, filled with fucking speakers, and tell you, get me whatever you can for them. I guarantee you'll sell 3 fucking speakers. Because that's not accepted in the California society. That's not accepted outside of Staten Island,
are
Jersey.
those the people who like pull up to you and say, "Hey, man, I found
No.
this."
Those are the people that you go to a bar in Patterson, and on payday, they show up. Yo! Can I get your motherfucking attention, please? And shit. Look at these fucking shoes. That's it. Italian fucking shoes. $300 a pair. You're gonna get them for fucking $85.
Like that guy in barbershop. That's an actual thing that happens.
Yes. He just said it. He goes shoplifting. Let's say he comes back to Capuzzo, and Capuzzo's not there. This motherfucker's looking to
I
get
go to
high.
Haverstraw, and we'd open the back of the trunk. That's what we used to do.
This is what you do.
And the kids would come up and be like, all right,
What do you got?
I'll try to sell them for $25 now and get even more money.
And you follow me? You're always hustling. You don't get stuck with nothing.
Yeah, I didn't need a fucking size 7 Reeboks.
No. Stolen, anything you steal, I'm making a profit even if you give me $3.
Yeah.
Like, I always learned how to exist in every market I lived. When it was in Boulder, I went right to the record stores, and I would rob CDs and bring them up the corner and fucking sell them for $7 a piece. It was like a car. I'd lose $5 in a fucking half a mile walk. But, you know, there was always a way to make a fucking stupid living. Somebody asked on Twitter, what's the number of the episode where Diaz talked about bringing returns back to Sears and all that shit? When I first started comedy, I got divorced from 92 to 95, guys. I lived off returns.
Oh, yeah.
I would walk into a store and not even walk out of the store. I would take the stuff and walk right up to customer service and go, hi.
You could do that today.
But today they got cameras.
Yeah, but you can't go back to the same place. But I did. When I was 19, that's exactly how I made all of my money. When I was going to Baruch College in New York City, and what I figured out was the return on books from the bookstores for the colleges. They were crazy. So I'd go into the bookstore, right? And in the beginning of the year, everyone's bringing their books from the previous year and returning them, and you get like, you know, maybe 20% of what you paid for the previous year. I'd take it right in the middle of the store. I'd drop them on the floor. I'd jump on the books a little bit to beat them up a little bit, and I'd bring them straight back to the return counter. And I would do that all the time to make money. I learned when I was probably 8. I'd go and I found a receipt on the ground, and the idea came to me. It was very natural. I had no money. We went to buy candy or whatever it was. And I got a receipt. I was like, oh, I could just go get chicken. And it says I bought chicken, you know, and bring this over. And I just returned it. It was as simple as that. Easy way to make money. Super easy way to make money. I was a fucking scam artist. A straight up scam artist up until I was about 19. I moved to New York City and I started promoting for comedy clubs on the streets of New York City. I was one of the original guys. If you walk through Times Square, it's like, hey, you want to go see a comedy show? That was my shit. I was one of the first guys that were doing that out there. I worked for the first company that ever did that, called New Genesis Marketing Solutions. But that same guy who punched me in the face, the KFC guy, I almost robbed a different KFC. He started working at another KFC. And I hadn't worked at KFC in like 2 or 3 years, but I knew at the end of the night, they had about a $3,500 drop from like the day of sales in cash that they would bring. They put it in a little blue bag, lock it, you know, one of those like leather lock bags.
Right, yeah.
And he'd go to his car, drive to the bank, do a deposit, boom. So, dude, I remember, man, my buddy Vinny Ferrante drove me there. I had a fucking ski mask, right? And a fucking black hoodie I stole the ski mask and hoodie from Bradley's because I didn't want anybody to know that I bought it. I wanted to fucking, dude, I created no paper trail. And I had a screwdriver, and I was gonna put it like one of those old timey movies, like, yeah, stick them up. I was gonna do that shit, and I chickened out at the last minute, and I'm really glad I did, man, because this guy, first of all, this guy would have fucked me up. He was like an old Marine, he was fucking Jack Diesel. There was no way he was gonna believe me. I have this shitty voice, so he was gonna immediately recognize my voice. And I was hiding behind the bushes. He came out, he walked right by. I was shaking, I was fucking just shaking, and he walked right into his car, and I just let him go, and I didn't rob him. And I ended up moving to New York City to go to Baruch College a few weeks later. And I got that job selling comedy club tickets. And I started making like $500 a week selling comedy club tickets. And that was it. That was enough for me that I was like, all right, well, I don't need to fucking rob a KFC. You know, being 19, making $500 a week, you know, even now, I think for a 19-year-old kid, that's pretty decent. But in a weird way, comedy almost saved my life because I never been to a comedy club in my life. Not once I never thought about stand-up comedy except for like Def Jam I used to watch when I was a kid, like Eddie Murphy. But that, you know, making a little bit of dough because I was poor. Like I was welfare. My mom stopped buying me Christmas gifts when I was like 11. I was buying my own school clothes. Like I've worked every day since I was about 11 years old. I've always had a job. I've always had a way to make money. And it was always very important to me because I watched my mom be on welfare and have food stamps. And I was always very embarrassed and very ashamed of the fact. And I remember when I was really young, when I maybe 7 or 8, having the thought, like, what are you doing? Get a fucking job. Like, why are you sitting there smoking cigarettes? You're not doing anything to make money. You're just collecting a paycheck off of other people that are paying their taxes. At a really, really young age, I remember connecting with that thought. So
it drove me crazy, too. Like, I don't like nothing. Listen, you gotta... If you're going to be a crook, be a crook.
At least you're doing something.
You're getting a check from somebody once a month under your fucking, you know, I'll never forget getting insulted. They're like, now that you went to prison, you could claim disability and get a check every month. Like, so every month I'm just going to sell my soul for $1,200. That's it. So I don't have to have a job. I could make more fucking $1,200. At that time, I'm like, I can make $4,000 or $5,000 a fucking month just walking around being me.
Yeah.
I had done it for years, just being me, walking around $4,000 or $5,000. I don't know how I did it every month, but I put it together for years. Yeah, you have some bad months, but when you're living on fucking, like I would get dressed up in Fort Lee in '85. I've been listening to this album lately, Rat, the second album they put out, not the first one, the second one they put out.
Rat or ATT?
Yeah, Rat with Percy and the other fucking dudes. And I had this cassette player. And in '85, I think of those times, at nights and times when I'm by myself, I'm coming down. I haven't even started to write about those times. That's how close I was to going to prison for fucking life. Because a job was not even on my horizon. From February of '85 to July 1st of '85, I pretty much left the house every morning at 9, and whatever happened, happened.
So that 4,000 or 5,000 never came from like a job at all?
No. I had, sometimes I'd get a job for a week here, but it's $10 an hour to be a laborer.
You can quantify that because you were spending it on drugs, right? Is that why you know that it was that much?
I was quantifying it because I was living without an apartment. I would be in a hotel for a month.
Okay.
I was eating 3 meals out, and I'm not talking, guys, I didn't eat, no, like that. The worst thing I did was a lunch special from a Chinese restaurant, $6.95 with a, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You pick that fucking Szechuan, they give you an egg roll, they give you a bowl of soup, they give you the noodles, they give you the white rice, they give you a fucking...
Cold sesame noodles?
No, I don't do no fucking cold sesame noodles. But they take care of you in those things. But I was always eating out. And I was the type of guy, I go for a $20 breakfast. I always,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't even the drug addiction, which you have to add into. It was the $100 a night for a hotel in Fort Lee.
Yeah.
You know, or I would live in those fucking hotels for a week. They charge
the
you
Manhattan Broadway
$275
hotel
a week
in.
you pay.
Yeah.
$275 a fucking week, guys. I was 21. I just told you the story when I fucking went and I couldn't pay the room. I got thrown out. I went down a Friday night and I get to the front with the money in my pocket. I made like $200 that day. And it was, I owed him like $160 for the week. And I get to the window and the guy's like, we have your stuff. Your stuff isn't, oh, I couldn't get to talk to the lady. So I went outside of the hotel. This is in Fort Lee. And I went to my room and I put the key in and somebody was in the shower. A couple were in the shower fucking. And I opened the door and there's her purse and there's a fucking envelope from the bank in the old days that the cash came out of the I clipped that.
They really made it nice and easy to find
nice
somebody's money.
Oh my God, I went to the front. I told the Indian to give me my bag. Okay, I'll leave. You go. I fucking hailed. I got a cab. And you know what I did when I lived in that hotel? Let me tell you how fucking crazy I went on a tear. Because the most fun I had was doing this shit. I would fucking live in that hotel. You know what I'm talking about, right off Route 4. When you come over the fucking bridge, all those hotels in Jersey that you hit there.
I know.
I robbed all those hotels. Not the hotels. I would stay at those hotels.
Yeah.
But you know all those gas stations?
Yeah.
When you first hit, there's like 6 gas stations. What happened?
I mean, I know it well because I take the bus over there. My sister picks me up when I go home now. So, yeah.
So one day I'm walking like an asshole in like March of '85. I'm walking like an asshole. And I go to the city and I get a bag of reef on 171st Street and I walk back over to Lincoln, the bridge. And I walk and I see what the fuck? I lost my train of thought there.
Gas station?
I see this
Robbing
gas
the
station.
hotels.
I walk. I'm on Route 4. Cars are doing 90 past me, coming off the fucking bridge. And I'm walking, and all of a sudden I see a Sunoco and whatever. And the first one, I go in there to get some water or something, and it says "Help Wanted." I'm like, "What are you looking for here?" The guy goes, "Midnight shift." So I said, "Let me do the paperwork." So my buddy, you know the gas station by Lincoln Tunnel? Hess, right there. Weehawken, right there. It's the last fucking gas station. As you're making the fucking right to the Lincoln Tunnel to go back into fucking the city. Right there, there's a gas station right there.
Yes, I know exactly what
My
you're talking
buddy
about.
was a
It's always crazy traffic.
always crazy
Yeah,
traffic.
yeah.
My buddy put himself through fucking MIT working there.
Yeah.
You ready for this? Hanging pumps. Another forgotten another thing that those computers did. For you, I don't have my iPhone. Yeah, that's why now nobody can steal. In the old days, the fucking gas went tick, tick, tick. You saw the gas move. So when it rains in Jersey, what do? They pump your gas.
Well, don't
What
they have
two
to anyway?
states?
No,
What
today,
two states?
today now they have to. Anyway, it's all full service.
Jersey and fucking Oregon, they have to pump your gas. You don't pump the gas. So my buddy Lubes would get up the fucking yellow thing and he'd be out there in the rain and the gas station would be crazy. He'd be a sophomore in high school and he figured out that when fucking some guy comes in and gets $3 worth of gas, that's your $3. he would pump that $3 in that. And then when Becky comes in and she goes, I want 10, he would pump that same thing in there. So he took $3 from you right off the top. You're not going to get out and argue with him. It's fucking raining now. He did this all night. He put himself through MIT. You do know that, right? 4 nights a week. He was probably robbing for 2 G's a fucking night, hanging pumps. That's an old, forgotten art. They can't even do that no more. You get killed doing that shit now. And I knew that he knew the manager. So I would tell him to give me the names of the people who got fired for stealing. Who the fuck do you people think you're dealing with here? So once he clipped me the names, I went back to the gas station. I said, you know what I thought about? I want the job. And I gave him one of the names they fired for stealing. And
you're gonna put another thing on his record now?
Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? Once a thief, always a thief. It's a jungle out there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? What do I give a fuck? I just needed an ID. The guy said, they didn't even check my ID, guys. That's how smooth I was. Just come back tonight at midnight and make them laugh a little bit. I trained you. You trained me, cocksucker. And the first night I realized, I thought I was going to sit on my ass all night. It was busy. I hadn't had money in weeks. And all of a sudden I'm packing my fucking pockets of 20s and 10s. Like I said to me, every time you got $1,000, drop it. Well, I held on to like $3,000. It was 4 in the fucking morning. Guess what I did? I fucking locked that door. I put out of business, and I walked on with the $3,000, okay? And I took the fucking, he had a bank with all the singles, like the backup chains. I got them for another $1,000. I left the gas station open for hours. I just walked away, went home, and I go, I got a new career. So I just went from gas station to gas station. You look at, and they were all looking for midnight to 8. Who wants to cover that shift? If a guy comes in with a missing eye, you got to give him a shot. What do you give a fuck? You know, that takes you. You're the owner. You got to do this shit. I did it 10 times, bro.
Yeah.
And then I would call you up, and I wouldn't say nothing to you. What are you doing? No, I'm at home. Come over to the gas station. Come over to the gas station. And I see you pull up, and I go down, and I just walk right to you, and we take off.
Yeah.
And I almost got caught one time at the Lombardi gas station in Secaucus. That's where I came real close. The cops were looking for me and everything. Oof. But again, it was raining and thunder and lightning, and there was all these buses headed to New York. It's a parking ride. So they said, fuck it, we're not going to go. Who gives a fuck? Let them go. So I never forget, I got off on 42nd Street, and I bought the Bruce Lee suit from Game of Death and shit. You know what I'm saying?
So what, did the owner call the cops on you or something?
Bro, who knows? I just walked away.
Yeah. That was it. Do you still get let me ask you this, because this is what I said this recently on my other podcast, and my friends were giving me shit. But to this day, like, I won't steal. I mean, I got a kid now. I'm trying to, like, teach him actual real values, and, you know, I'm not trying to be a piece of shit. I'm trying to raise a good kid. But if I see, like, a wad of cash, like, on a table, my instinct, like, just I look at it, I'm like, I want to take that fucking money.
Every fucking day.
It's like an addiction. It's like I wanna take that fucking money.
If you're that stupid, that was always my fucking metaphor.
Yeah.
When I went out, so I wouldn't feel guilty. If you're that stupid, I gotta rob you.
Yeah.
Okay? And you said something very stuff before. The easiest people I robbed, like, I don't want people to think I used to rob mothers at their homes. Yeah. I fucked up a few things, you know, I'm not gonna lie to nobody. But my main thing was drug dealers. I loved them, and I loved when I saw holes, because you can't be that fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I saw really good drug dealers, and then I saw guys that I'd sit there and go, huh, this is going to be like fucking nothing.
You probably ran this scam before, because it's an old time. I didn't even know about it, but I had a buddy of mine who did it, and I called my weed dealer. It wasn't even a buddy of mine. This guy I met like twice, selling comedy club tickets on the street together. We were like selling tickets, and I was like, oh, I can get weed. I'll call my buddy. So I called this kid from Brooklyn. He was like, the kid asked me that I was working with. He was like, how well do you know him? I was like, oh, you know, I started buying weed from him a couple weeks ago. He was like, all right. So the kid came up, and this guy was a little bit older than me. I was like 19, 20 at the time. This guy was like maybe 30, you know what I'm saying? But he looked like a man, you know, to young kids. 17-year-old white kid comes up to sell me weed. I'm buying weed. He comes up. He just flips open his wallet and goes, please, get up against the wall. Get up against the wall right now. And the kid, dude, he's like shit his pants almost. And he's like, oh, shit. Dude, he starts running his pockets, pretending to be the cops and taking his weed. And I started laughing because I thought he was just fucking around. I didn't realize that it was a scam. I was like, oh, he's just fucking around. I know this guy. And this kid looked at me. He was like, are you a fucking idiot? And then it all fell apart. And the kid was like, what the fuck? That kid never answered my phone call again. But it would have worked like, he was like, dude, I do this all the time. He was like, you get some fucking young teenage kid you're buying weed from, just rob him. I was like, they're not gonna. You're the cops to them. That's it. You let them off with a warning. That's it.
I know a lot of people. I never pulled that one. I had a badge for years, and I got myself out of binds with that badge in certain situations. I just
what was your name?
Don't matter.
Dick Tracy.
Does it fucking matter? Whatever. I even took a business card and cut the head out and put it in there where the cops thing was. In fact, that's buried somewhere. I buried that. That's where the fuck that badge is. I never did nothing with it. I had it for like 3 years. But
that's a solid scam. Just rob young kids for their drugs. Easy. It's way easier than getting a job at a gas station.
I fucking know. Hey, listen, anytime you involve guns, and I always tell people that in the 80s, especially in the 80s, a lot of people got involved in drugs that didn't know. Didn't know the extent of it. Didn't know that at 4 a.m, people lose their minds. And you have cocaine in their house. They saw it when they went over there.
Yeah.
Now they're going to come over there with a story or torment you, or they're going to go over there and take it from you. That's why I didn't like that drug at all, because you always left the door open. If people knew where your house was, I know you got it. We're going to come over there, we're going to torment you till you fucking give it to us. So, I don't know. I always felt weird like robbing somebody like that. I didn't start robbing. I would rob drug dealers when I'd send them on a mission and rob their house.
Yeah.
You know, like did shit like that. Then as I got older, when I moved to Colorado, I got bolder and I got busted. I got a little bolder and I got busted. And then when I got out, I went under the radar for a while, and then I went back to Jersey in '94, and I was okay for a few months. I'm not going to tell you I was a saint, but I hooked up with some guys that were robbing like that. And I did like 2 or 3 and I was out. That's a complete different fucking scam, because I don't know what this motherfucker's thinking.
Yeah.
I don't know what this guy's thinking. I
always did the shit that was the least risk. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew that the security guards in the mall couldn't touch me, because I worked at Hot Topic when I was 16, and they told us, they were like, "Yeah, you can call security. Security then has to call the cops." And I was like, "Well, can we tackle somebody if they're fucking?"
No, they can watch you and go all the way into your car and all that.
Yeah,
shit.
dude,
So
it's
they
a
get your
whole
plate.
Yeah.
It's still a fucking nightmare to shake, because this guy wants to be a fucking cop.
Yeah.
This guy wants to really be a cop. So whether he's 16 or not, he's gonna try to deploy you or stand in front of your fucking car and try to for you to run him over. Those fucking people are crazy. Yeah. Those mall security people, they're
because they couldn't be real cops, so now they're fucking.
It's a fucking nightmare.
They have,
they salute the flag and they're on.
Yeah, George Zimmerman, that was his mentality.
Yeah,
he wanted to be a fucking
shit. You guys have no fucking idea.
Yeah,
I have a friend that thinks he's a fucking. Please, it's a fucking nightmare, dog. So I get it.
That's the same guy who owned the pizzeria that would have us steal sneakers and golf clubs. This is how my relationship ended with him, because I was delivering pizzas for him, but then I started making more money doing scams for him. He was like, "I want to close my pizzeria." He was like, "But I want to collect the insurance." So he was like, "I'm going to give you guys $5,000 each." To a 17-year-old kid, dude, $5,000 is, I mean, it sounds like a fucking $1 million.
It is.
Jesus Christ, dude. 17, 5,000. I had never even thought about that much money before. He's like, "I'm going to give you guys $5,000 each. Come in, douse this place in lighter fluid and gasoline, and just fucking light it on fire." And that's that. And I mean, we went as far as we had the lighter fluid. We hid it behind the pizzeria while we were working, me and this kid James. And we hid the lighter fluid behind it. We were going to fucking douse the whole kitchen, the electrical box, boom. And one of the cooks saw us hiding the lighter fluid. And he was like, "Oh, what's that?" "Oh, I don't know." And that made me so paranoid.
Yeah, you're done.
That I was like, I can't do it.
You're on Law. That's a Law and Order episode.
That's it. One person sees.
Anything looks suspicious? No sabe. No sé. Yo no vi nada. Pero Tommy tenía la cosa esa para ponerla en la fosforera. Lighter fluid. Sí. Lighter fluid. Tenía 2 botellas, güey. Lo vi con mis ojos.
That's fucking hilarious.
Write that down. Go. I think it's time to get an arrest warrant for Mr. Luis Gomez.
Yeah, dude.
And all of a sudden you break the commercial. Lewis is in the fucking room with Jay Okerson dropping knowledge and shit. And all of a sudden, "Get up, Luis Gomez." Jerry all about kicks the table and shit. And the Puerto Rican, the Benjamin Bratt, handcuffs you and shit. "You're under arrest for arson, Mr. What are you talking about? I wasn't at the pizzeria last night." Tell that to the cook.
We had the plan was, we were 18 actually, because I remember we used to go to the bar. It was an 18 and over undercover bar that I ended up working as security at eventually. But we were gonna have a fucking an alibi, and we were gonna go to the bar, and we were just gonna act. The plan was we were gonna act like crazy and wild, and let everyone see us crazy drunk, but we weren't gonna be drinking. We were gonna act like we were just fucking hammered, and let everybody see us. We were gonna sneak out, jump in the car. It was about a 15-minute drive from Nyack to West Haversham, about 20 minutes, and we were gonna fucking light this place on fire, zip back, and that was the whole plan. We had the alibi. They were crazy. They were partying all night. These guys, they were hammered. There's no way they could have left
Again,
and drove.
it's law and order. Ladies, did they look like they could be going to light a fire? No sé.
Did anybody see them buy a drink?
Did anybody see them buy a drink? I didn't really see Tommy. He kept whispering with his friend. I think they call him Louis. Louis Gomez. Yeah, Louis Gomez. He sold me a comedy ticket.
Oh, fuck, dude. I do so many little things like that where it could have fucking destroyed my
God.
life.
It destroys your life, bro.
That's it. I could have been.
That's 15 fucking years, and you start at Rikers, and they put you through the fucking system, and then you violate because God knows what happens. That's a fuck. Oh my God! Every morning I get up, I go, Lord, thank you for not fucking involving me.
I could have fucking been. I mean, Dad, who knows? It's nuts how close.
It's fun though. It's fun.
It's good memories. It's good stories.
Let me give some shout outs here. Water Boxer, Curtis Stillwell, Shroom Factory, Crystal Johnson, Loon Doggy, Pamela Grant, Buffalo Comedy, my main man Bobby Lalingas, and John Fentros. Also my man Matt Baker up there in Bakersfield, BJJ. The shit he taught me is working, you understand me? And that's it, man. No, listen, I give thanks every fucking day. And I give thanks that I didn't really get creepy. When I started to get creepy, I got arrested. And I thank God he put that in my fucking journey. But I loved it. And I learned to steal when I went as a kid to 148th Street. Those kids stole to survive. But to hang with them, I had to steal. And even though my family had money, I had to steal. And it became fun for me. Yeah. And then you know what happened? I heard stories about my father. I heard that my father hung out with like a really good pickpocket. He was the best pickpocket in Cuba and all this shit. So in my head, it broke me down morally. Like if my dad could hang out with a pickpocket, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like that's why I don't like your kids hearing about the shit you did, because now it changes it's okay to steal. Your friend Nicky stole. I know. That's why when you open those fucking stories up right away, everything changes, because you hung out with Nicky and he stole, It's so rough how I have to raise my daughter now. You have to raise your son, We look a little deeper, me and Lee have conversations about being a parent, how I always want to be home between 3 and 6, because that's when I fucking got in the most trouble. That's when, if there was somebody home, maybe things would have changed, and they monitored me a little bit more, And there's the shit you look at because of the shit you did and how easy. You're telling me these stories at 16 to normal people. This motherfucker was still, he was still jerking off with his little dick and breathing heavy at 16.
Oh, I was jerking off everywhere.
I know you were.
But I was also stealing.
Please don't get me started on jerking off. You had my blood pressure up all high. That's why I had to take the other stuff. Just the thought of things that you could be honest about them. Because these days, I think of shit. I see people on Facebook, and I feel guilty,
Yeah.
But you gotta put it behind you. It's not like we ended up in jail.
Yeah.
And
you know what I feel more guilty about? When I first started stealing, when I was and I almost learned my lesson for a little while. I was probably like 7. No, maybe a little older, 8 or 9. And my buddy Mike and his brother Serge, we would go to the parking lots, and it was simple. Just see what cars were open. Whatever's open, clear out the change. Every once in a while, you get a $20 bill in the dashboard or whatever. We used to just do that regularly. Like that was, after school, we'd meet up. Like, all right, let's go make $5-10 for the day, And those kids, it's like one of the most guilty I've ever felt in my entire life. They ended up, I'm Puerto Rican and Italian, but I grew up in a really big, like, white trash area where I grew up. And there was a lot of white kids who would, like, beat me up and call me a spick and a nigger and throw rocks at me. And I always really wanted their acceptance. And all my family was white. I was raised by, Italian Irish people. So I've always had weird, like, racial identity issues. I grew up listening to, like, heavy metal music, and I played in a band. I used to have long hair and eyeliner. Like, I was into Marilyn Manson and shit. I was a fucking weird kid, right? So I I would fucking these kids that I knew, these two kids who, the one kid Mike, you know, to this day is actually a really good friend of mine. Him and his brother ended up. Just light yourself on fire.
It's Hitler's birthday.
But the two like dark skinned Hispanic kids that I hung out with, they went and they robbed this other white kid from my neighborhood's car and took the car phone out of it. And this one, car phones were like fucking crazy expensive. Like, and then they keyed up the side of the car. But this kid was a cocksucker. He was the fucking worst person in the neighborhood. He was like the wimpiest of all of them, but he was the biggest instigator. So fuck this kid. This kid was a piece of shit. This kid Ryan. But my buddy Mike told me, he was like, yo, me and my brother, we fucking keyed this kid's car and we took the phone. And like a fucking idiot, dude, I was one of the acceptance of these fucking white kids. I went and told that kid Ryan that I ratted my friends out. This is like probably the most guilty I've ever felt about anything in my entire life. I ratted my two friends out to some fucking kid who would call me a spick and a nigger, and that like fucked me up. That was like the worst thing I've ever done in my entire life. I could steal, I could almost set a place on fire, I could beat somebody up. That's the thing that fucked me up the most.
I'm sorry, Doug.
It's all right.
Now, what set you off the most? I'm sorry, Doug. We got fucked up here. Things happen.
I cannot tell that story again in its completion. She heard it.
No, I heard it. You know, man.
I ratted my friends out. That was what fucked me up.
First off, you know, life moves on. And you always get a second chance, and you always get a second chance to prove yourself. And some people don't want you to prove yourself, and some people do, and you do whatever you need to do to fucking make the ship smooth. I fucking robbed change from cars when I was 31 years old. I did it every night to get home from 57th and 12th. I sold cars down there.
Yeah.
So at 8, I creep into the fucking service bay and just steal change. And I get those tokens and those passes to go with the bridge and tunnel, and I go up to and sell them to the cab drivers up at Washington Heights by Port Authority up there. I had the scam down. How ashamed was I? I'd steal change to get home. And then when I couldn't steal change, I called my friend Darren Rago, and he'd come over and pick me up and take me into the city. We'd do open mics at like the comic strip and like me. And he wasn't a comic, but he wanted me to be in the city with him because he'd go get coke. And I could speak Spanish. So everything always works itself out. You know what I'm saying? So I got a couple bumps. He'd drive me to go do comedy, and then he'd drive me back over the tunnel of the fucking bridge. So I stole change out of fucking cars. How embarrassing is that? 31 years old. How fucking embarrassing is that? So you do things, man, and you're here, you get a second chance. And that's what you do from now. And this is the shit you work on your kids. This is the shit you instill in your kids. And you don't want them to. Someday your son's going to hear this.
Yeah.
You know, and he's going to have to make a decision whether it was okay or not. And hopefully he'll turn out to be a fucking cop.
Yeah.
You know, like just be a
or better.
straight-ass kid. Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah, you know, it's all bad parenting. That's what it is. You know, I had a shitty mom. My dad wasn't there. That was it.
You know what it's like to take change out of a car and then, like, maybe find, like, a booklet. And now, Becky, in these days, these booklets were, in 94, I forget what it was to go over the tunnel. You know, the bridge, $8 maybe. You know, let's pretend it's 16 now, correct?
No, it was way cheaper than that because when I started driving when I was 16, it was $4.
It was $4.
That was 97. So
I'm estimating 98, 99. No, this is 94. $4.
Yeah, $3-4. It's definitely not more than $4.
So if you bought the book, it was 10 rides for $40.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you could buy
the books.
Yeah.
So I'd find those in people's cars. And I'd take the whole thing and sell them for half price. So if there was 8 tickets left, whatever, I'd get $16 fucking dollars. But some nights, those $16, I'd go home with like $90. And right around the corner from where I'd sell them was a Coke spot. And they sold grams of cut Coke for $25 and grams of uncut Coke for $35. And you walked into the apartment and the guy would call you to la leche. That means milk swallow right? And then Dominican guys, and there'd be 2 guys in the fucking room, and they'd have 2 little bags of coke with a little tiny electronic scale, and they give you a taste of each of it, and you do a little bump and sit across the table. You gave them the cash, and some nights I go over there, and they would sell you $1.5 grams. You know, they give you a deal, and I would get $1.5 grams and walk. I was so cheap. I would walk over the fucking the bridge, the George Washington Bridge, and at the end of everything, here you are, 3 a.m, snorting coke, sweating, and all of a sudden it dawned on you that you robbed the fucking change out of somebody's car. Like, you know how bad you fucking feel? It's not bad enough that you're out of coke now and you're coming down and you want to shoot yourself. You just realized what you did to get to this place, and that was the worst thing about the coke with me. Like, that's the end of the night. How bad it was. You didn't do drugs, so.
No, I mean, I fucked with them, but I didn't get. I luckily, I kind of fucking saw a lot of people. I had an ex-girlfriend who was a major heroin addict. My mom, she committed suicide with heroin, so it's like, it's fine.
Fun?
No, fine. Oh. It's not fun. Well, actually, it was probably a fun way to go. If you're gonna go, I think overdosing on heroin is probably better than fucking slicing your wrist in a bathtub. No.
You got an interesting life, Louis Gomez. You got to write a book.
Yeah.
You got to shoot a movie, or you and Patterson fucking. Sorry about that. That was like a worm in my fucking throat.
Why do you think you guys both went into sales after that?
Oh, you were in sales too?
What else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You know, I see these motherfuckers on TV. Well, I got no skills. I got no. What the fuck you got? You know, I know the shit I can't do.
Yeah.
But I know a little shit I could do. You know, and over the years, you know, when you're 24, who wants to work on a roof for $12 an hour? I can't imagine what they pay you now with the, all the minority workers out there. I can't imagine what it's like out there to be out there fighting for your fucking life now. But eventually, you got to give in to doing something illegal somewhere.
What did you sell?
First thing I saw was newspaper subscriptions.
Oh my fucking God, Joey. Are we the same person?
Yeah. That's
Joey, my first job in my life.
That's it.
I'm not making it up because I have fans that know I'm not bullshitting. I used to sell newspaper subscriptions for the Rockland Journal News in parking lots of shit like ShopRite. You go up to people, hey, I want to win a bike. I'm in a contest. Could you sign up for this? It was a free subscription, and I would get $5 for every subscription I got. And I was making, when I was 11, making like $400 a week, $350 a week. More than my mom. And my mom was like, what the fuck? And that's fucking crazy to me that was your first job.
People have no idea the importance of belly-to-belly sales. People don't, because without that, you're really not, what's that word that Rambo used? They used on Rambo, that he was expendable. If you're an engineer and you can't add belly-to-belly sales to your resume, you're expendable, bitch. If you're an IT guy and you can't add belly-to-belly sales to your repertoire, you're expendable, bitch. If you're a fucking painter and you can't add the belly-to-belly sales, you're expendable. You will always be fucking expendable if you can't do both those jobs.
You mean belly-to-belly mean you're actually closing yourself, like face-to-face?
Belly-to-belly sales is basic. I love computers and I love what it does, but I'm a belly-to-belly guy. I don't want you texting me. I don't want you fucking bothering me.
Yeah.
You want to talk to me, you come fucking see me and you sell me. You know, don't text me you're having a sale on T-shirts. You know, I'm an old school guy. Come tell me why I got to buy your fucking T-shirt.
You set an appointment. You're not selling them over the phone.
Yeah, you set an appointment. You set an appointment. I believe in all that shit.
Yeah, it's true.
That's
sales 101. You want to get them right in your face.
And I don't give a fuck if you go back to doing what you're doing, but you always have that to fall back on.
Yeah.
That's why I tell, and I've told it 1,000 times, if I'm still alive when my daughter's 18, I'm going to tell her, go right to fucking Ford dealership and sell cars for a year.
Yeah.
Start there.
It'll change your life.
It'll change your fucking life.
Yeah.
1 year, you will not be the same person. And you will look at life at 18 from a fucking savagery.
Well, that's why when I was selling comedy club tickets, I mean, you're talking belly to belly, man.
That's belly to belly.
You're meeting a stranger and you're going, boom. It's 4 steps. In every sales process, you stop them, you engage them with a smile, you can get questions, find out a little bit about them, inform them about your product, and then you close them. You bring them to the closing triangle. Hold on 1 second.
Lee, you and I had a conversation today about sponsorship.
Right.
And what did I say to you? I don't even want you to sell them. What was the word I said I wanted you to
engage them, get them to
That's it. Sales.
If you don't engage this motherfucker, that's it. Just engage them on this time. I want you to make a personal note. You're not even going to sell them. I don't even want you to go in there like you're going to sell them.
That's 2 steps away.
I want you to engage them. Just engage them. Get them in hand-to-hand combat. Hand-to-hand combat that's the fucking master reality
So
right
just
here.
get him to reply to your
See,
email.
I was an expendable comedian till I learned hand-to-hand combat. I was a struggling comic, even with movies, till one day I said, you know what? I got to get in there and get down and dirty, and that's what doesn't make you an expendable anything.
Yep. Because you can apply that
You can
philosophy
apply
to
that
anything
to
you
anything.
do. Yep.
To anything. So it's a beautiful fucking concept. And I stress it daily. Like, you got to fucking... And I tell Lee's trying. Lee's trying, and I'm trying to, Lee, it's a high... The only way you really dig in is you just got to invent people to call.
I've never had it. Like I was a server, but I never had a sales job really. So this is brand new to me.
But it's still, look, if you're a good server, the people who are making the most money are the people who are engaging the people in the best way, who are getting them to actually, you connect with them and you get some sort of emotion out of them. So the people that are, my son's mother, she was an office manager for a video game publishing company. She just wanted to work a few days a week because she had the baby. She went back to waiting tables, and it's like, that's the one thing I would tell her. She was like, yeah, it's not even the prettiest girl who's the waitress. It's not the girl who's taking the most tables. The ones who are getting the most tips and making the most money are the people you see the people laughing at their table, or they're smiling, or there's just some sort of connection going on beyond you giving them their food. So, I mean, that's like a philosophy that I like in every aspect of life. Even we're talking about picking up chicks and it's being a game of numbers. Dude, that's sales philosophy. You figure out your ratio, boom, I'll close 1 out of however how many people.
I could take Luis Gomez, okay? Give him a car. Give him 5 $800 suits. Okay? Give him the shiniest shoes in town. With a white shirt, with gold collar links. And I could walk Luis Gomez into any sales staff anywhere in the country, and within a year, Luis Gomez will be fucking threatening the top 2 guys in that corporation. Once he figures them out and learns how to engage them and brings them back to the ballpark. Because what happens is we take ourselves out of the ballpark. See, Louis and myself have the skill that got you covered. The sales skill we learned on the street. That's a tremendous cushion. That's walking on a fucking tightrope every day. That's not like, oh, so he didn't buy the sneakers. Jesus, I'll have to get him next time he comes in for those Nikes. No. That's a complete different fucking patois when you got to go out to eat and you got to sell 4 nickel bags, whatever. That's it. And you got to tell this guy why your weed is better than hers 10 feet from me. I'd buy anything from fucking Becky. But he's going to tell me, without insulting Becky, why his weed, even though it's the same weed, that's his cushion. Those guys you can't replace. I could walk him into any fucking corporation. This guy could sell fucking teepees.
Yeah.
Teepees.
My last job, I was selling gym memberships.
1 year.
At Equinox, high-end gym memberships. I would never, dealing with fucking millionaires coming into the gym and send them $200 a month gym memberships, but then go to New York Sports Club and get a $30 a month gym membership. But it was never about the money. It was never, once you learn the sales process and you have a belief in the sales process, then even the no's become fun. The whole process is part of a game.
Right, I'm looking for a no.
That's it. Give me another no.
Yeah, but I'm engaged. Okay. That's the same thing. I'm engaged. Okay.
Yeah.
Watch this. Watch my fucking magic. Watch I come at you with this fucking curveball. Watch this one. And it's just amazing. It applies to fucking every level of it.
That's a great idea, though, to have your daughter work in sales for a year, to understand that, but look, it's not for everybody. Not everybody can sell. People, you have to...
I want them to respect it, though.
Yeah.
So later on in their life, when they do move forward, they understand the importance of that sell. If they think of opening up a company, they're going to know that it all starts right there. Everything else is fucking bullshit. It all starts right there. It all starts right there. Whatever marketing attack you got has to start right there. Yeah,
some people, they can't, some people can't. It's I think why people can, a lot of good comedians have that ability to be able to sell. And it's one of the reasons why me and my son's mother broke up is because she's so practical. And, the idea, she needs a safety net. in my head, I'm going, the safety net is you're not going to starve. You're going to eat. You're going to figure out a way to feed your kid. You're going to figure out a way to pay your rent. You know, almost a belief in the intangible. Like, to do comedy and really give it your all and fucking say, I want to be a stand-up comedian, which is just, it's so stupid if you think about what it is. Like, we're just fucking saying words and we're expecting people to give us money for it. Get the fuck out of here. That's crazy. That's a crazy, talk about having an intangible thing to sell. It's just our fucking thoughts and words. That's bananas. And you have to almost have this weird belief in yourself and confidence, and you have to be able to envision this goal so wholeheartedly that you give yourself to it. And that's why I was always good at sales, because I could say, all right, my goal is, 140 units this month. If I truly believed I was going to get there, all the other shit would just kind of come together. And I think not a lot of people can envision something like that. That's why it takes a very special person. Most salespeople fail. If you go to sales is always the highest turnover. It's just nonstop new people. Boom.
Or they move to somewhere where the grass is greener.
Yeah.
What happens to salespeople is for a couple of years you get confused and you keep moving to where the grass is greener. The grass is green. Well, my friend sells computers. No, my friend sells law degrees. No. You have to come over and sell alarms. We're giving them away. We're making 6 figures. And you keep running for the same, and at every place you go to, you're a medium salesman. I did it for years. You become a medium salesman.
Do you have to really know the product, though? Because, like, I don't know nothing about, I don't know anything about cars.
Nothing.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest thing.
Because they're going to give you what they want. Yeah. That's when you engage them.
They fall into your trap.
Yeah, of course.
Let's go get the brochure.
What are you looking for? They're going to tell you. When I used to sell gym memberships, and I made 6 figures selling fucking gym memberships, right? That was my last day job. And, people would come in and, hey, cool, well, what are you here for? They're just going to tell you everything they want. Wow, we have that. Perfect. I can't believe you'd show up here. How perfect is that? That's nuts. We have exactly what you're looking for. So, that's like a sales trick. That's why it doesn't take people a year to learn the ins and outs of any product. The salesperson comes in, they do a week of training, a week later, boom, they're right there.
And then you're going to learn what people's triggers are. That's the best.
What a trigger means?
Trigger, what gets people going, like about that product. You're going to find out why they're coming in specifically for
buying
that product.
Signs, yeah.
The buying signs and the whole thing. And it just you become a machine.
Oh, you got kids? Well, now I know you're looking for safety.
Yeah.
I know
you just study it. It's such a beautiful fucking thing when you get into it. It's just doing it for 10 years and being consistent. You have to know when to take vacations. And
so, and I know you haven't done it for a while, but how much money off like a $20,000 car does a salesman get?
It all depends. You're working on profit. So you buy a car, I could sell the car for $16,200. Okay, $16,200 is what I got in the car. I'll take anything over $17,200, Lee. Go get me my fucking money. Okay, I need $1,000 over fucking book. You know what $1,000 over book gets you? It's a mini deal. You get $250 flat. That's what you get.
As a salesman.
If you get like 1,000 over, let's say you get over.
That's 25%.
Then they give you like 30%. So let's say you go back in there, and you get the guy up to 7,600, right? Now you got $1,400 profit, and you go back. Then all of a sudden you go back in there one more time and get me 300.
Yeah.
And you gotta go back in there and get another fucking 300. That's how you eke out a fucking living. And you gotta go explain to the guy why that car is worth $300 more.
But I think good salesmen appreciate when somebody's selling me and they're really good.
I love it. I fucking love it.
I'll be like,
my
dude,
dick's getting hard.
Yeah, keep
dog.
on going. I love it.
I love it. I get pissed off when I go somewhere with money and I watch how they treat me.
Yeah.
It destroys my inside.
Dude, bad customer service.
I walk out of there furious.
I'll threaten a fucking McDonald's employee for bad customer service. It's
I'll
crazy to me. I'm about to give you my money, and you're going to be fucking rude. You're going to have bad customer service. You're not going to actually go through the process of what you have to do in order to take the money out of my hand. I've walked out of so many places, like restaurants, where they have like an attitude when you first walk in the door. I'm like, fuck this whole place. I'll walk right out, and I'll go next door to a place that has less good reviews, that has less good food. Because I think customer service and just right off the top, just having that connection with people because you're spending money in their establishment, I think it's so important. I think it's lost in big cities. LA is different. You guys are all fucking friendly as shit, dude. New York, I mean, dude, they fucking...
Listen, these motherfuckers won't take your money.
What?
Go to a vitamin store.
Yeah.
Go in there I've never been treated how I've been treated the last 10 years in this country, across the fucking country. But this place is the worst.
What with like
Going into places how they don't even talk to you. Hi, how are you? Let us know if we can help you.
That's it.
That's it. You look at them and go, you dumb motherfucker. I got $300 bills.
I want to spend my money.
I want to spend my money. Now I'm not even going to spend. You're so fucking stupid. You're so fucking stupid. But I'm not even going to fucking spend it. I went to the Fat Man store last week. Up there in Topanga Canyon by the jiu-jitsu house. And me and my wife had a few hours. I go, we got to go up there by 2. Let's just shoot up there and see what the Fat Man store got. I went up there. The guy wasn't bad. Because I walked in. He welcomed me. Good morning. Do you know what you're looking for? I said, not really. I just want to look around. He said, no worries. If you have your eye on something, let me know. He watched what I had in my hand. He ran over to the clearance rack. And he said, see if you like this. I said, I don't like that. But he goes, there's some other shit. I went over there and I busted the shirt out tonight to take the Buffalo. He got me a clearance shirt. From then on, I walked with the guy.
Yeah.
I got this, I got this, I got that. He asked me for my Fat Man card, discount card. I threw it at him, and everything was hunky-dory. He worked me the right way. He wasn't pressury. Motherfuckers that are pressury drive me fucking crazy. There's a way to apply pressure, but later. And then you have to think, you know, what do we have to work with here?
Yeah.
Those motherfuckers drive me crazy.
But if you see somebody doing the actual sales process the right way, it just makes me go like, yeah, I fucking appreciate it. You know, I really do. I will buy from a good salesperson, even if I don't even really want to buy it that bad. I'm like, if I can recognize, let's say I want to buy something and I'm going to come back, you know, later on. Even on the phone, you buy like fucking, you're dealing with customer service or you're buying airline tickets or whatever. You know, if somebody does the things the right way, I'm just as a point, and I'll let them know. I was like, you're a really good salesperson. I was like, if they got a manager around, I'll tell the manager, you got a really good salesperson right there. They understand how to do this. So,
I went and got the suits at the Hollywood suit place, and the guy was good, but he was a little bit like too. Like he made me like do the Yelp in front of him, which was a little bit weird.
What?
But he did the. He actually got me we there's supposed like a level of suits you're supposed to get, and he got me to go on one up on a level, so I spent a little bit more. But he was good. Like it was in and out in like 10 minutes.
But you're a nice guy. I think I could sell you anything.
Oh yeah,
Lee. I feel like I could sell you a size 32 pants.
And tell you, don't worry, you'll be there in 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I think that even the art of waitressing is salesmanship.
Yeah.
Like when you go to a high-end, why do I have to go to a high-end restaurant to bump into a fucking good waiter? And 50% of them are fucking droops anyway.
But it's different for me because there's no guarantee that they're going to buy it at like a store or like a dealership. At a restaurant, they're there to eat. So you just tell them, oh, like when I worked at Legal Seafoods, I didn't like lobster, but lobster's delicious. It's the most expensive
But I
thing.
could tell you didn't believe that though.
No, I didn't. Well, no, I didn't.
And you might as well tell them the truth. I don't eat lobster.
And I'd appreciate
like a
that.
fucking idiot. Always tell them the truth.
I way
That's
more
what you
appreciate
fucked up
that.
because they bought into that.
Not every time, but yeah, that's what you have to, because most people want to try lobster. That's why they're there.
What's going
It's
on
the
with
cockroach of the sea.
You feel that? You feel that stuff?
Yes.
You want a little?
No, I can't, Joey. You
Yeah, you
killed
gotta take
me.
a little
No, I can't.
One more wing. Look at it. It's
Joey, I can't.
It's 420. Look what you
I'm
ate.
gonna get baked, and then I'm
I
gonna
gotta
feel
eat one more little wing.
My
One more
guilt.
little wing.
My guilt is gonna kill me.
What guilt?
My guilt.
What guilt?
Dude, I was drinking a half a
Listen.
bottle of whiskey a night and smoking morning, noon, and night. I'd be hanging out with my kid. If I ran out of weed, I'd have to think about how I'm gonna go find more
Who's
weed.
drinking whiskey? You just eat a little tip of the star. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. How I wonder who you are.
I can't, man. I
Just a
can't.
little bit more. Doug, you're gonna leave here. You ain't got one gun. You might as well carry 2. You know what I'm saying? You want 2? Eat another little wing, then me and Lee will finish that.
I'll eat a little
What the
tiny.
fuck? It's 420, cocksucker.
There we go. Little tiny one.
Do that
There we
shit. Give
go.
the rest of that to Lee. He's
That's
going
what
deep
we-
tonight. Go ahead, Lee. You're breaking it. Go ahead, Lee.
This
You're
is
going
1,000.
deep. Go ahead. So what? No, it's not 1,000.
Yes, it is.
He just ate 100. That's
What the 1,000? I don't know what any of this shit means. Am I gonna get baked
Go,
now?
Lee. This is it, Lee. You're breaking your own record. That's it. It's 420. This is it. This is
Dude,
what
it was funny. I was like that when I walked in. I was like,
Yeah,
that picture
Lee.
does not look like Lee, and now that picture looks just like Lee.
Go, Lee. Go. What the fuck? Get in your hand.
Do it.
Go, Lee. Do it, Lee.
Do
Go.
it.
Go, Lee. Take the picture. It's over. There you go, Lee. Press the button.
Oh God.
You're fine. Chew that motherfucker out. Where's the water? Make sure you're dehydrated of it. I'll leave you some aspirin. Go ahead. You're going deep.
Chewing it. It's just sitting in his mouth.
Lee, how many milligrams I ate before I got here? Please. If anybody's scared, it's me. Go ahead, swallow the thing. You're going. Look at
Lee is baked.
Fuck yeah. This is it, Lee. This is it. You're done for the week. What are you doing tomorrow? I'm not going to say Paula. Go ahead. Tell me.
Nothing now.
What do you got tomorrow?
Nothing.
Eat the fucking thing. Where's the water? Drink it, please. What are you embarrassing yourself?
I can't believe you sold newspaper subscriptions. That's crazy.
What I did was
That's
I got
crazy.
a fucking paper route.
Yeah.
I was one of those guys that got a paper route. And after and it was a far away paper. Like I had to walk to 46th Street and it's a hill. Mm-hmm. I still remember carrying those things. But they gave me a route that the kid got, like he quit. It was like a great route at one time. And then they're like, this was a great route.
What happened?
The kid beat it up. Like he was mean and
Yeah.
shit. So I took that route. It took me like 60 days. And I doubled it. I had everybody getting that paper. One day they called me and like, we want you to take over the zone.
Wow.
I was like 12, bro. I played basketball. I don't even think I smoked dope then. I was like alluring to it. I think I tried it for a few weeks. I think I won 2 of the 4 weeks, like the zones of going knocking on doors and selling them door. I did it door to door.
Yeah, we did it door to door too. And this Jewish woman called the cop. Me and this black kid, we fucking knocked on this woman's door. This fucking cunty Jewish chick, Hasidic Jew in fucking Spring Valley, New York, dude. We're going door to door. We're trying to make an honest living. We're kids. You know what I'm saying? Like this kid's maybe 12. I'm 11.
Always remember one thing, okay? And don't ever get confused. I'm not here to judge nobody.
Yeah.
When you're trying to make an honest living, you can't show up with a black kid. All right? I'm not even racist, and I'm telling you this right off the bat. I don't care if you're selling cookies or Catholic Bibles door to door.
Yeah.
You show up with a black kid, I'm looking out the peephole and just saying, I don't want none.
Yeah. Well, maybe that was my fault.
Yeah, you can't show up with a black
This
kid.
woman, but here's why she's fucked up, right? We're like, ding dong. She fucking, she had just gotten in from maybe shopping. Now the more I think about it, we really did look shady. We look like we followed her home from the store.
No, you can't open up that fucking door.
Dude.
At that time, the Jews were at war with the blacks. Remember that shit?
Yeah, in Spring Valley, yeah. But here's what's fucked up though, because she fucking comes to the door. She's like, all right, hold on. So we're like, all right, cool. So we give her a little pitch. Hey, we're with the Rockland Journal newspaper. She's like, she pokes her head out the window. We're like, yeah, we're selling newspaper subscriptions. She's like, all right, hold on, I'll be right out. We're like, all right, wait like 10 minutes. Bing bong. Like, hey, miss, you can come out. She's like, yeah, no, I'm coming. I'm going to be right there. We're going to talk. Cops fucking show up a fucking minute later. They pull their guns out. I mean, we're kids, dude. This is crazy. They pull their fucking guns out, and we're like, what the fuck? And, they were shitty to us. We were, a black and Hispanic kid in this Jewish neighborhood. We look like we're up to no good. But, the reality was she kept us there. She, we would have, hey, no, I'm not
That's
interested.
what the cop says to you. 911, who was there? There's a Hispanic and a fucking, I don't know how to say it. He's a Schwarzer. And what are they doing? I don't know. They're at my door. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, well, can you hold them there? The officers are right around the corner. I'll be right there.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. And next thing you know, whoop, whoop. And there you are fucking standing there with fucking Darky McReynolds in a Jewish fucking neighborhood. You're lucky you didn't get shot, you and your friend.
Yeah, it was we did it door to door, but the most success I had was in the parking lots. Just because it was free. People didn't even have to give us money. Sign up for 8 weeks free, the Rockland Journal News, $5.
Oh, yeah. That's the way to go.
Yeah, because they didn't cancel their subscriptions, and then they'd bill them. They'd make it so because they were all scam artists. It was all fucking scams back then. Before the internet, before you could Yelp somebody and give them a bad review, it was like, what are they going to do? How are they going to we're going to bill them because we've been sending the fucking paper to their door. They had to write in a letter or some shit to cancel the subscription because nobody would answer the phones, and that was that. And they knew they'd make more than $5 off of each subscription they said yes to.
I'm sorry.
Couldn't you just fake it and go through the phone
Oh,
book?
yeah. We did that all the time. We did that in the wintertime when we were doing it. That's what we would do.
Yeah, fuck going to people.
Because by the time our bosses figured out that it wasn't a real person, because they called to confirm, I guess, to make sure they got it or
I
whatever.
never ordered the paper. Hold on 1 second. Jane, did you order the paper? No, I didn't order the paper. Tommy, you ordered the paper? No, I didn't order the paper. We didn't order no fucking paper. Don't call here no more, all right?
Yeah. But you put a fake number, you put whatever, and they'd take the commissions back from you. But that's why everyone just get fired in the winter, because you just go and hang out in a McDonald's, you just play fucking the video games at the local arcade or whatever. But yeah, I mean, because I was so poor. It was a good thing in a weird way because I became very like industrious. You know what I'm saying? I'm like the guy who, I produce all my. I don't trust somebody like him to fucking produce my shit. I make sure that I have my hands in everything. I'm kind of like fucking obsessive with like making sure my shit's the way that I want it done. But it was from a young age. I remember when I was like 7, the first time I ever cared about making money, because I'd always do like a lemonade stand, or you'd go shoveling snow door to door in the suburbs, because little old ladies can't shovel their walkways, so you make $5-10 or whatever. But there was a guy who died in my neighborhood, and his family, I guess they couldn't take all of his furniture and horse shit that he had in his house, so they put it all out on the curb. Just for the garbage or whatever. So me and this other kid, Nick Giaculli, we took all of the furniture that they put out, like everything, like really nice shit, like a nice leather couch, like a nice like wooden chest, and we moved it over to my yard, and we had a yard sale while my mom was at work one day, and we were just getting ripped off by adults. The couch, leather couch, $5. I was like, yeah, it's $5. Okay, dude, fucking, we were cleaned out in like 2 hours because they were actually ripping off little kids in a weird way. They should have given us more money. But I remember that was like the first time I ever was like, I like making money. I like going out and kind of like earning money, and I almost became like, I mean, it wasn't always scams. It was a lot of times it was just like I always worked. You know what I'm saying? I used to sweep when I was 11. After I did that job, I started working at a hair salon, sweeping up the hair in the salon, and giving all the girls lunch. I used to jerk off in the salon too to the girls because they were all hot. Yeah.
Disgusting.
Come on. This is where that's where the fork in the road is for me and Joey. Got a lot in common, but just jerking off in public, he's just not into it.
Louis Gomez, you're an interesting guy because you're with people, we don't exist no more. We're called hustlers.
Yeah.
Your mind's always going.
Yeah.
It's a horrible way to fucking live.
Yeah.
It's a
Never
horrible
satisfied.
way to live, but your mind's always going.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could put like that, and that's where I learned from drug dealers. I would put them together. I'd be with them for a day, watch them for 2 days, and I know where they were hiding their shit, when they went to pick it up, who was watching it. You just figure. My mind's always moving like that. It moves like that for comedy.
Yeah.
That's why once we took our mind and reprogrammed it to apply to something positive, we would be successful.
Yeah.
Because we had been pseudo-successful all along. It was just my personal habits that took me down, the shit that took me down. All along, I made money over the years. I don't know what I made. But I think back in my lifestyle in 85, I did not have a fucking job. I did not have a job. I took a job like in April to fucking, with a hottie. And he was building a house in Fort Lee, Lyndhurst or something. And I would take the bus because the house was only going to be, like, they were only going to be there till like the second week of June. And I was just taking a chance one day. And I knew I had to leave fucking Jersey. They were closing the doors on me. I had already robbed a ton of those gas stations. I owed some drug dealers money. They, people had seen me in the city drinking at bars and shit. Yeah. So I knew eventually I was going to get fucking nabbed. And I got a call from a friend of mine that said that his attorney had a check for me from a phony fucking scam I did. Like I fell on my shoulder and shit like that. One of those things. And this guy was the shit. Like he would go to Beck.
Wait, Joey, I'm so sorry, man. I'm gonna die if I don't piss right now.
Go ahead.
No, I feel bad to cut off your story, man.
Go ahead,
yeah, dude. I feel really, and I want to hear this.
Go ahead, hurry up. Take your time, but hurry up. Fly over there. Lee, how you feeling, cocksucker?
I'm doing great now.
We'll do one of the sponsors real quick here. Let me get the sheets in. First off, as always, my number one motherfucker, Onnit.com. Supplying the juice. You're like, Joey, what's the juice? Shroom Tech Sport and Shroom Tech Immune. Hemp Force Protein Shakes. The Mike Dolce Almond Banana Protein, the new protein that Lee already fucking devoured in 2 weeks because it was so fucking yummy for your tummy. You understand me? That's what Onnit does for you. They also have kettlebells and vests and a bunch of great stuff that I can't describe, and I would just be bullshitting you if I tried to. Go to Onnit.com right now. That's the most important thing. You're just sitting there by your fucking desk. Go to Onnit. Check out the great deals they have available for you, especially the supplements. I mean, they got everything in there. The tea supplements. Just take a look. You like anything, put it in the Dropbox. Boom, 10% off. What's the code?
Church.
CHURCH. Get you 10% off your first order delivered right to your house. And if you want this delivered to your house in the cycles, get on the Stay On It program. But I'll tell you what, if you're fucking working out, you're trying to take care of yourself, On It has something for you, cocksuckers. Go to onit.com and press in
Church.
CHURCH and get 10% off your On It deal. Listen, I went to this seminar a few weeks ago on breathing, and then she did it. Dr. Belisa came on the podcast, and all this breathing stuff that she subscribed, which is fucking working. Today I did great jiu-jitsu, which is working. About that. Yeah, get in there, brother. The root of it is when you're sitting there is that you're breathing, and you kind of go into a meditative state because you're breathing out, you're breathing in, you're moving your pelvis. Even if you're sitting there, you could breathe this way. And what she wants you to do is to get the lower half of your body breathing. In fact, you got to go to that girl's 10 Planet class, she said, because she's incorporating all that breathing shit in her yoga. But back to, it goes hand in hand with meditation. Now, let's be honest. Most of your problems start with your mind. Fear, anger, stress, anxiety, depression, sleeplessness, they begin in your head, and they can wreck your life. But it doesn't have to be that way. You can make a major difference in just 10 minutes a day. Do you understand me? 10 minutes a day. This change comes through guided meditation with a new Headspace app. Headspace is meditation made simple. Bam! It's guided meditations you listen to whenever you want, wherever you want, right on your phone, computer, on your tablet. You could be on a flight, you could be meditating instead of sitting there looking at disgusting stuff like people. You know what I'm saying? Meditation is rooted in thousands of years of tradition with thousands of scientific studies that show the positive effects like improving focus and relationship harmony and decreasing anxiety and stress. Join over 4 million users already getting Headspace for free. That's right, now, for free. Do me a favor, download the free Headspace app and begin their Take 10 program for 10 days of guided meditation at headspace.com/Joey. That's right. To experience the benefits of meditation in your busy modern life. So do me a favor. Train your mind for a healthier, less stressed life. Start with your free trial today, right now, today, at headspace.com/Joey. Again, that's headspace.com/Joey. You will not be sorry. I've been getting a few emails on this, and it's true. It all goes back to breathing and focusing your energies. And if you want to reference Andy Petticomb's TED Talk, which has over 5.5 million views, it should come up in the Google Andy Petticombe TED Talk. Andy is the founder of Headspace and the voice you hear on the app. So again, go to headspace.com/Joey and start your free trial today and get the Take 10 program. How's that for you? So what was I talking about? No.
Talking about...
I have no fucking idea. I'm too high.
You know, we got into sales, we got into hustling.
The ScoreBig.
Oh, we'll do that after we're talking here. We'll do that at the end. So we close it something. You always want to close it something. You don't leave them with a little something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Conor McGregor.
Yeah, we got like 3 and 4, a couple minutes and shit like that. No, you're an interesting dude, man. You have nothing to be ashamed about. I think about being ashamed some nights, and I go, why?
Yeah.
Why? I redeem myself. What's a redeeming myself? I'm a productive member of society. I pay taxes. I don't litter. I stop for old ladies.
It's so funny. Like I stopped. I remember I would just throw
I
a
stopped
fucking
littering.
gum wrap. Yeah, I did
That
too.
shit is bad.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan was the first person who said you shouldn't litter.
I watch people do it now.
Mother Earth.
My manager littered
It
the other
bothers
day.
you. It bothers the shit out of you.
I was like, you're an adult. What are you doing? Why are you throwing your fucking gum wrapper on the floor?
You want to throw a roach on the floor? Be my guest.
Yeah.
Throw it in the fucking street there where the cars run over you and shit like that. There's just so many things that you don't even know. You think you're a productive member of society until you really become a... And I haven't been a productive member of society for maybe like fucking 7 years. The rest has been, I've been a destruction.
Well, that's why I'm trying to not smoke weed, is because I'm not a productive member, or I'm much less of a productive member of society.
Weed's got nothing to do with it.
If I had more...
You got to kick it up a little bit.
No,
Don't
but
blame
I'll
it.
tell-
Why would we got to blame reefer?
I'm not blaming reefer.
Don't
I'm
blame
blaming
the reefer.
No,
Blame the
weed.
funk.
No, weed is great for everybody.
Blame the funk. Don't blame the reefer.
I'm not
though.
good when I you know that anxiety you feel in life to
All
get shit
day.
done.
All
Yeah.
day.
I try to smoke it away instead of doing the shit I got to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my body going, hey, dude, you need to fucking work. You need to hustle. You need to get on TV. You need to be successful. You need to give your son a good life. And then I'm like, well, you know what? Let me get high so I don't feel that. And then I don't do what I need to do.
Let me explain something to you. You've been a hustler all your life.
Yeah.
You've been teeter-totting on the slide of society. You love it, but not really. God gave you a blessing. Weed, balance that all out for you.
Yeah.
Weed makes you feel a little dirty, and you ain't doing nothing. Weed makes you feel like you ate somebody's asshole, and you don't even know her
I
name.
just want, if I can
You
get
know
a
what I'm saying?
fucking, I promise you, as soon as I'm successful, I will smoke weed every
Why?
night. It'll be great.
It's like becoming a Catholic after, you know what I'm saying? It's like me giving you 10 million, now you want to go to church. You hypocrite motherfucker. Now you want to come back to get 10 million?
No.
Where were you when you were poor? Where were you when you needed it, you fuck?
Believe me, if I wouldn't get up and just want to smoke all day long and just fucking not
What
do what I
about
need to do.
smoking and being productive at the same time?
I have had times where I have been, but it's like, dude, the way I feel now that I'm not getting baked all day, it's like I'm fucking there. I finish projects, dude. I never would finish a script. I would always take me a year to finish a fucking script. Now I'm actually writing at a high level. I'm myself. I can have a conversation with you, make eye contact, as opposed to fucking, just getting in my head. I don't know, man. It was like,
If it was fucking with you, then give it a breather.
That's it. Yeah, it's
But
fucking. It was
from time
fucking
to time,
with
you
me.
gotta jump in the Hudson River.
Here's what I'll tell you. This is a commitment that I'm going to make because I'm not going to smoke weed and I want to commit something.
You're a good man. I ain't mad at you.
I try to. I'm trying to really do this the right way. When I come to LA with you, I'll eat a corner of a star. That'll be what it'll be. When I'm with Joey Diaz, I'll take a fucking little nibble of a star to get me fucking right here. Because to be honest, I feel nice right now. I don't feel
I can't
baked.
tell you how many motherfuckers avoid this.
What?
So I applaud you because you came on here and you said, you know what, and you told me your story, and I appreciate it, but not tonight. Not tonight. If you were some white dude from Iowa, I'd accept it. You're from the same hood. We both drank the same water. Listen, I had my struggles too.
Yeah.
And then finally you just break down and go, this is what I'm going to do and this is what I can't do. When you come to church, you got to eat the Eucharist.
Yeah.
Right or wrong, right?
Well, no,
you ever
I
go to
understand
church
that.
and sit there like a fucking half a fag? You put 5 in the basket, but you're not going to get something out of the deal. Not even a blessing from the Father.
Body of Christ, motherfucker.
The body of Christ. Same fucking thing. This is the body of Christ. Saint
Have a
Lazarus
little body of
showed up.
Christ.
Fucking Saint Lazarus showed up. You know how strong this is from Steve Simone? I grew up with it. Listen, I'm Cuban. And I will have my friends from grammar school call in tomorrow and say, what do you remember of my house? And they'll go, that fucking 6-foot Saint Lazarus in your fucking living room. So my mom was that Cuban. Let me see this thing for a second. Now, let me tell you what this
Looks like Ari Shafir.
does look like Ari Shafir. These dogs are supposed to be labs. A black lab and a gold lab. Okay, and he's got scars all over him, and it's leprosy. And these dogs licked his leprosy away, so he became their patron saint. They celebrate this guy in Cuba on December 17th. This is how deep my mom was. She bought this motherfucker a cape. A purple cape, right? And it was wrapped around his shoulders, and then she said he's missing something. So she went and got a 14-karat gold. You want to talk about being a spick? Because there's only 2 people who do this type of shit.
Yeah.
And we'll just say it right out. Spick and niggas are the only people that look at a saint in the living room and go, that motherfucker needs something. You know what he needs? A 14-karat gold fucking, one of those things that shines around your head when you're a saint.
Crown.
So this motherfucker had a halo. My mother had a halo made for him and the purple cape. And then they said, fuck it, he's missing something else. So they went and got him a gold chain. And then in front of him, they'd have bottles of wine with glasses with cigars. Because on a certain day of the week, you got to go over, light your fucking cigar, blow it at St. Lazarus, and put the cigar down. You don't know, I lived in this house. You don't know how many times I ran down those stairs and I shit my pants. It took 3 people to carry this motherfucker in the house. The base alone weighed like 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'd have to pick him up and then take. Now, the fucking muletas came off the what do you call these things? The crutches. We had the crutches that came off from his arms, and then his arms came off. Then you carried him. His head stayed on. One night, my fucking sophomore year in September, I have a party, and one of my buddies is upstairs banging this chick, and her boyfriend comes looking for her, and the guy was a senior football player, Eddie Borelli. I'll never forget this. Came into my living room. He goes, "Hey, anybody see this chick?" Mm-hmm. And everybody goes, "We don't know nothing." And she was upstairs with Louis the nigga. She was upstairs with the only He was Dominican. Okay, you grew up in Jersey. He was the only Dominican in 1979.
Yeah.
He had an afro. So those white kids, Dominican, what's a Dominican? He's a nigger.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't even understand. They were so backwards. Louis the nigger was upstairs giving it to her. Eddie Borelli's downstairs asking for where she is. And then all of a sudden, in the back of his mind, he goes, where's Louis the nigger? And we go, he left an hour ago. And he goes, I want to look around the house. And this thing was standing there, this thing of St. Lazarus. There was a table, and there was a patio door that you opened up Jersey style to your backyard. And they came in through the kitchen. And I'll never forget, there was this kid, Chris Donovan. He was redhead, and he had freckles. So Denny Colangelo used to call him the Riddler. Oh, my God, you have no idea. So after everything Denny would say, he'd go, what's the story? We're going to go for hamburgers. You in? You in? Riddler. You in? And Riddler. So for a year, he lived under the Riddler reign. And that night, he went over and he goes, Eddie, you can't come into Coco's house and ask for this shit, so I advise you to go. And Eddie Burley goes, what if I don't? Chris Donovan turned around and took one of the muletas. And he goes, I'll break this over your fucking head. You step here again. And that was the end. These motherfuckers looked at each other. I was shitting a pickle. My heart was pounding. My mom was in Miami trying to sell her property. And I threw a fucking party. And now they're going to break the fucking muleta in my living room. I will be dead. If St. Lazaro breaks, are you fucking kidding me? I will be dead. And they walked out of there, and that was the end of that war. Whew. I get stressed out just thinking about it. How you doing, Louis L'Amour? What's going on over there? How's it feel to eat fucking 920
It's
milligrams?
1,000.
No, it's not 1,000.
He ate like a little piece.
He ate 2 tails. Don't throw him under the fucking flame, all right?
Yeah, I went pretty hard.
He went deep, you know, into the murky waters of the underworld. Why you?
Fuck that, I ate 1,000.
You didn't know fucking 1,000. I ate like 1,100 today. I had a bunch of samples.
That's cool. How was it?
You looking good,
You
though.
get tacos?
No, I didn't want to get there for the tacos. As I was getting there, they were cooking the tacos, and they were giving you tickets for ice cream. The place was fucking packed.
They had
The
food
place
trucks at them. Tommy Easter said they had the grilled cheese truck. at
Grilled
one.
cheese truck.
Oh, I saw a grilled cheese truck today with a line like a block long. Is that like a big thing out here?
Oh yeah, these fucking Gentiles go crazy.
Because in New York, it's the fucking shitty halal street meat. There's a couple of them in Midtown by the SiriusXM building.
Nobody's smoking dope though in the street.
No,
No,
not at all. But no, they're packed just in general. Yeah, in New York, I got a ticket I got arrested, dude. I got arrested for fucking smoking weed. That's why I can't go into Canada, because I've been arrested for smoking weed too many times. I went to Montreal Comedy Festival this past year. I was like, they let me in. I got a fucking thing that I had to pay $200 for, a temporary residency visa. They're like, just listen, don't get in trouble again. Me, Dave Smith, and these 2 chicks were outside of a bar smoking a bowl. These cops came up to us. This is how fucked up cops are to Hispanic people. They didn't even know. These guys didn't even give a fuck. This is how racist these cops were. And I'm not a guy that calls racism. I get called racist. I'm not a guy that's out there going, oh, cops are fucking racist. Dude, this fucking cop, he goes to my buddy Dave. He grabbed the ball from us. He was like, all right. And he saw Dave put the weed in his pocket. He was like, do you have weed in that pocket right there? Dave's like, nope. He goes, I'm going to ask you one more time, okay? And this is very important you answer this question honestly. Do you have weed in that pocket right there? Dave's like, nope. He's like, oh, you want to lie to me? And then he grabs me by my shoulder and goes, your buddy's coming in with me. Boom. And they put the handcuffs behind me. They let him keep the fucking weed, dude. They brought me in. I got out in like 4 hours. It wasn't a big deal.
During the Montreal Comedy Festival.
No. This is in New York after the fact.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, dude, during the festival, it would have fucking killed me before you showcase. But, dude, now I can't go back. Now I'm done. Done with Canada. Over weed. Unbelievable.
Louis Gomez, I don't tell this to anybody. Anytime you're in town, you're a guest on here.
I love it.
You have just become family tonight because you blew my mind. You're the last of the Mohicans. Thank God Lee saw some other guy. Lee thinks I'm making this shit up in my mind when I talk to him. You ever smell your hand that smells like ass? It's my left hand. It doesn't, you know what I'm saying?
You
Like
did 2 hours of jiu-jitsu today.
Yeah, but I went home and took a shower. I did 1,000 things. You know, every time I walk in and out, I wash my fucking hands.
You gotta wash your hands before you piss.
I do.
Yeah, I didn't know
I
that.
do. I
I didn't
wash
know
my
that. But that's
hands
the biggest
before I
way that
piss.
HPV is spread.
I wash my hands.
Because you shake your hands with somebody and then you can touch your dick
Oh,
and you
shit.
wash your hands afterwards.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
My doctor told me that
You
because I
didn't
thought I had a
fucking know
wart.
that shit.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I do and then the next morning when I get in the car, I sanitize the steering wheel because I'm out all night shaking hands and
Yep.
shit. And as you're shaking people's hands, you can feel that they fingered somebody. They got that dry juice on their finger and shit. You're like, this is fucking disgusting. And the first thing you do before you touch your dick or anything, you gotta wash your hands with hot water. Like you gotta go and then put cold water and then soap it up again and get the fingers.
You must burn your hands off then.
What?
As often as you have to go to the bathroom in the plane.
No, you gotta wash. You gotta wash your hands every time.
Well, I don't get crazy hot water. That's his thing.
Yeah, you gotta burn. You gotta burn that motherfucker.
I use some hot water. Yeah.
You gotta burn that motherfucker. That's how they kill the germs for sure. Those germs that they're coming over now. This ain't no fucking duck walk.
I think you're all lying. I think everyone here has masturbated on an airplane, and it's bugging me. I thought everyone's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I get it, yeah, completely." You guys looked at me like I'm a fucking asshole.
To take your dick out on a plane is unheard of and just whack off. Now, if you're gonna fuck somebody or get a blowjob in the seat, I'm with you 150%.
No, in the bathroom though, not just in your seat.
No, it's even more disgusting. That is the most uncomfortable fucking thing that's ever
It
even
smells like
occurred.
shit.
Oh, it smells like that. There's cameras. They're watching you for sure.
They're not watching you in
They're
the bathrooms.
watching you for sure.
I'm telling you.
We got too much money invested for them not to be. It's like Las Vegas. They can't lose those planes. So they want to make sure for sure if they see somebody going in there and strapping something, they see it. Trust me.
Can you
So
Google
wait.
that? Can you find
Oh
out?
yeah. They're gonna tell you that shit because they're not stupid.
Well,
It's like, they're not
I've
gonna
never
tell-
even heard this conspiracy.
That creepy shit. You have to listen.
So
it's
wait.
not a conspiracy. This is how you have to assume. Go and next time you go in that fucking bathroom, why is that mirror so wide? When you go to Las Vegas, the mirror is like this. Whenever you go in the bathroom on a plane in the front by the pilot, that mirror is completely wide all the way to the end.
I think you have to assume every inch of that plane is on camera.
I assume all that shit, and I have been.
But we've had
For
terrorist
20
attacks.
years.
We've had terrorist attacks. We've had the guy with the fucking sneakers on the plane afterwards. There's no cameras on any of those planes.
And now I bet there are. I would
Listen,
bet.
You'd
man.
see them. There's not invisible
You
cameras.
have to assume
Yes, there
there's
are.
something going on in those planes. You have to assume there's something going on at those airports. There's too much money invested in the flight business for a plane to go down to the United States right now. It would just throw us.
Yeah.
It would just kill us. There's too much. I'm telling you right now.
They just picked me up jerking off on the black box.
Okay, I'm telling you right now that they've got 4 miles from every airplane, from every airport, is under fucking strict surveillance. 4 miles.
Oh yeah, I believe
Bumper
that.
to bumper. You can't do anything in those 4 fucking blocks. If they see you doing something suspicious, they will call a black and white, like an anonymous tip. But they will have those 4 blocks, that TSA, the NCA, the FBI, those 4 miles around LAX are wired for sound. Don't think that every time I take my dick out and piss when I get out, because when you get to LAX, it's 40 minutes, 30 minutes. You had coffee. When I fuck, first thing I do is I open the door and take my dick out and make believe I'm looking through my luggage. I'm peeing, Jack. I'm peeing. That coffee's coming out of me, that fucking almond milk smoothie, that's coming out of me. And I know that if I sit there for a couple more minutes, somebody's going to show up. A cop will mysteriously show up. They always do.
Yeah.
They always do, because that's under all. They got to watch those parking garages. I know what they tell you. That's against the law. I know. Against whose law? Against whose fucking law? You have to assume.
Yeah.
When you go to Las Vegas, I had a friend who got arrested doing a bump in the bathroom stall.
Really?
They had him on tape. They had him on tape from above. That's your
Really?
privacy. You think they give a fuck?
Oh, in a yeah, but I thought public bathrooms they can't have cameras.
They can't do nothing. Again, you have to fucking assume.
I'm going to Vegas tomorrow.
Yeah. So while you're there and you jerk off in a closet, they got somebody watching you there too. We got a freak on the 12th floor again.
Is there an
not-
Amtrak from LA to Vegas?
No.
Or no train? It's only a 6-hour fucking bus ride?
You could just rent a car.
I don't drive. I haven't had a license since I was 18. Yeah.
I don't even want to hear this fucking story. Because I know this is a doozy. You got caught whacking off in the trunk in the summer. You had a Taco Bell, you know.
No, it wasn't. It was I moved to New York City. You don't need a car in the city. So that was it. I had unpaid tickets, and it just got suspended, and that was that. But now they got like this chick was telling me last night, they have Airbnb for cars. You go to a city, you just rent somebody's car for them for like a third of the cost that it costs to rent a car.
Yeah. It's, like one's called like Lux, I think.
I know Lee's gonna jump on that bandwagon.
No, because they have things where you can.
He's gonna call and make him your new sponsor now that we put him through sales training.
They have things now where you can get free airport parking, and then they rent your car out when you're gone, and then you supposedly get paid too if they rent your car out.
People are selling their souls for $1 now. They don't give a fuck, Jack. They don't give a fuck. Louis Gomez, anytime you're in town, I know you got to get to the comedy store. It's $8.20 already. Cousins with $4.20. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
What do you think you're dealing with here, Joey Bananas?
Joe, you're the man, dude.
You're the man. Thank
you.
When
When you're in New York, man, please come on Legion of Skanks.
You guys do Saturdays, right?
No, we do Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
That's the problem. I'm not in New York Tuesdays and fucking Wednesdays.
No. Let me rephrase this. If you come on a Saturday, you just let me know. We'll just do a pre-tape. We'll make it work, man.
Okay.
You're a guy who we get tons of requests for. It's fucking Joey Diaz. You're a legend. You're a legend.
I'll come on with Lee in September. We'll fucking
100%. You guys open invite.
Lee will be in training by that time. He'll be at 1,600 milligrams to open. Like he's just showing up with fucking 8 stars. Like, listen, if we don't have 8 stars, we ain't getting.
They're gonna have to make bigger stars.
Yeah, I know. We're thinking about the Lee Syatt Deluxe Edition.
1,000 milligrams.
1,000 milligrams with a picture of Israel. Who's better than fucking?
With the Israeli flag or what?
Huh?
Look at the Israeli flag or
We
what?
haven't decided yet. There's a mountaintop I like. Listen, every fucking week I talk to different people, from Dean Del Rey to a friend of mine in fucking in San Diego. Her and her husband, they go to thousands of games, and they're always hustling prices. I know a couple up in Pasadena. My daughter's godmother. They got 3 kids. They go to Laker games. They go to all that stuff. And let me tell you something. If you're looking for tickets for concerts, games, anything like that, do me a favor. What's the next big event you want to go to? All right, Black Sabbath. Maybe you wanted to go to Kobe's thing. Maybe you want to go to the Dodgers against San Francisco. Whatever it is, you can bet that somebody's going to pay less for better seats. How? They use ScoreBig. You're paying too much for tickets. Between all the markups and the last-minute convenience charges, even printed home fees, you end up paying courtside prices for nosebleed seats. ScoreBig is here to change that. Do you know that 40% of all live events go unsold? And did you know that there's a place to get these seats at huge savings? It's called ScoreBig. ScoreBig works directly with your favorite teams and artists to get their unsold seats at unpublished prices. All right, only ScoreBig. You can name a ticket price and be guaranteed to pay below box office, up to 60% off. That's right, 60% off. That's right, 60% off. Bring that beat back. Here's what you do. 1, you go to ScoreBig.com or download the new ScoreBig app for your iPhone and find the event and seats that you want. Takes a few minutes, boom, boom, boom. 2, make an offer on ScoreBig's name a ticket price feature. All right. 3, get an instant answer and save up to 60% on your ticket. Never any fees, and shipping is always free. You can count on unbeatable prices and great seats. And when you're in great seats, you actually enjoy the game or the show all the more. So do me a favor. Next time you go see any game or show, go to ScoreBig first and see how much you can save. For the easiest way to save on tickets, download the new ScoreBig app right now. Right now. Don't fuck around. This is unbelievable. ScoreBig app for your iPhone. Enter promo code Joey at checkout. Joey, Joey at checkout, and you'll save an extra $20 off your first ticket purchase, all right? That's what I'm doing for you tonight, cocksuckers. No iPhone, no problem. No speaky, no Spanish. Get $20 offline, too, at ScoreBig.com. That's ScoreBig.com, promo code Joey, Joey. That's ScoreBig.com, promo code Joey. You motherfuckers got me with the one more. I love Headspace. I love ScoreBig, and I love On It. Thank you for sponsoring the show. I love Louis Gomez. He's a fucking soldier of death. I love Lee Syatt, and always I love the beautiful Becky Ramos, whatever her fucking name is.
Thank you, brother.
I love you, cocksuckers. I'm in Buffalo tomorrow night, Friday and Saturday. Where's my man? Where you at this weekend?
All right, I'm gonna be this week. I'm just doing one spot in Vegas, but go May 13th. Legion of Skanks presents.
Where are you in Vegas?
I'm doing a spot. It's just a guest spot at the Planet Hollywood in the mall. There's a spot.
Edwin San Juan?
I don't know.
Okay, I want to pump that for you, but fuck that. Hit it, bring that beat back. Legion of Skanks.
Legion of Skanks presents May 13th. Louis J. Gomez, Dave Smith, with special guest Dan Soder at the Hustler Club in Detroit. That's gonna be a fucking killer show. Obviously, all my other dates, New York City dates, everything on GomezComedy.com. Check out Legion of Skanks. Check out The Countdown on SiriusXM. Rush 93, myself, and Michael Bisping every Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the Real Ass Podcast, my illegitimate child podcast, which we fucking that's a little more like this. We go fucking deep. It's not just craziness like Legion of Skanks. That's GasDigitalNetwork.com. Brand new network we started every Friday at 12 noon.
There you go. I'm in Buffalo tomorrow night, cocksuckers. Tomorrow night's the night. Jazzed Up, Start of Death. Friday is next week, Indianapolis. And don't forget what's the name of it? Full Frontal Comedy? Full Frontal Podcast? Look at the shape of this fucking Jew.
I'm not sure what you're talking
It don't
about.
fucking matter. I love you guys. We're going to talk again Monday night, 8 p.m. We got a surprise guest coming in. Thank you again for 420, whatever the fuck you're doing. Get stoned to the gills. I love you. Stay black.
Dude, thanks, man.
Thank you, my brother.
Cheers, brother. I really mean that was fucking great. Really fun.
We don't fuck around
Thank you,
here.
man.
Oh, shit.
Bait.
Little Aerosmith for you cocksuckers. Little Seasons of Wither. What? What do you think, man?